the main chances here this afternoon to open the program. The enigma in the race, Steve, is Scary McCleary. Punters have been to Donaldson's Dairy too many times for the headache pills, I think. Out of the 7 runs as a trotter, he's got all the ability. We know that through his pacing attributes, but yet to really get it together as a square gator. If he does, he could certainly deal to these Joshua Dickey and 16. Sir Henry Castleton, very good win runner-up last time. The Monarchy gelding, fought hard and behind Rock Tonight a couple of Fridays ago here. David Butcher for Warren Taylor. 5, 13, 17 and 16 to open the day for me, Steve. Atomic Blonde in the second leg of the double and treble. I think she'll be a good chance there after good placings at Cambridge and here in her last couple. Joe and Ed know better. Give the Dickies another strong chance in the second. Forever an Angel worked home well enough at Avondale last time to be considered a chance, and Chloe. And in the third leg of the treble, Mob Star got it wrong on Friday night with an early gallop. Encouraging fresh up run here though for Steve Cornwall. James Stormont to do the driving, so it'd certainly have something on Mob Star in the third. Yogi Johnson, manners will be the key around his chances. Michelle Wallace, Carwood Spur good in the feature trot, or one of the feature trots at Avondale, and Mighty Sonny's been doing a good job as well as chances in the third leg of that treble. Our feature race today, the 7th on the program, the Hughes Medals Franklin Country Cup. Great supporters of the Franklin Trotting Club. Brian Hughes and Hughes Metals have been in the business 40 years, and we look forward to that. River Polka gets her chance to win the ultimate award today. 10 race wins here at Alexandra Park, and she gets a cracking chance to do that, and good to see 2 Mile racing back here too. At 5:31 this afternoon with us. Facing up to a starter, Frank Phelan, to open the program today. 2,200 metres the journey, and the barrier strands release, and they're off a wee bit slow as Wings on Fire, and also the debutant Toasted's gone up in the air. Now galloping out the back are the Keystone Kid, and Scary McCleary's come down in a pace again, so again he'll take no place in the race. And Shay Scott, one of the favourites, has gone up in the air as well as Winsome Luck takes over on the stables corner and races away by 4 or 5. La Maitre D, then Need the Dough, followed Sir Henry Castleton safely on the journey. They're followed by Alta Venetia. Then came Yankee Doodle Dandy, Paramount Dream, the favourite, safely underway. Then Grey Stoke as they trot up into the back, followed by Toasted, Wings on Fire, the Keystone Kid. Majestic One, the other debutant, galloped on the first corner. Then Shay Scott and Scary McCleary. Yeah, no chance. 1,600 left to go in the Garage Horse and Town Trot. 48 and 8 was the lead time, and Winsome Luck getting along with business nicely in front. Over La Maitre D, 4 lengths Need the Dough. Then Sir Henry Castleton, followed on its back and travelling strongly Alta Venetia. 4 lengths away in the field to Yankee Doodle Dandy. Paramount Dream and John Dickey with the favourite. He's about to ask the filly to move forward as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. 3 or 4 lengths away to Toasted, and further away Wings on Fire. Grey Stoke has galloped and getting around it. The other grey, the Keystone Kid, there the winning chances. Further away Shay Scott, and also back in the field there now was Majestic One. 34 and 1 was the opening quarter. And Winsome Luck, Zach Butcher, about to be monstered though by Sir Henry Castleton and David Butcher at the Judge Bell, and 1 to go. Alta Venetia's up to third and Park, then La Maitre D. Paramount Dream getting into the race on the stables corner as Need the Dough went for a gallop through the home straight. Then Yankee Doodle Dandy Toasted, Wings on Fire, the Keystone Kid. I'd say that's the race as they trot out to the 800 metre mark in the Garage Horse and Town. 30 and 2 second quarter. Sir Henry Castleton in the back over Alta Venetia second and parked, and Winsome Luck now secures the Lovely Drag in the trail. La Maitre D's away from the inside. 1-1 for Todd McFarlane. Then Paramount Dream, 6 lengths Toasted, making up good ground after the early mistake. Then Yankee Doodle Dandy, Wings on Fire, and the Keystone Kid into the back straight onto the showgrounds turn. Final time in the first race on the program, and Sir Henry Castleton, Alta Venetia right there on the outside. Then Winsome Luck up on the outside. La Maitre D's about to come out of the 1-1 as Paramount Dream, the favourite, gets right into the contest now, and then Toasted third quarter and 30.3. They balance up for the run home. Sir Henry Castleton, Alta Venetia, Paramount Dream closing in. Further back La Maitre Maitre D. Alta Venetia goes to Sir Henry Castleton, who's got a good kick. Paramount Dream a length away, just battling at this stage. 75 to go. Alta Venetia, Sir Henry Castleton kicks hard on the inside. Sir Henry, he is, I think a maiden no longer. Very, very tight on the line. Sir Henry Castleton, Alta Venetia. Tight photo. Then Paramount Dream, Winsome Luck. They were followed La Maitre D. Then Toasted. Further back, Wings on Fire. Shea Scott blew it with an early gallop. Yankee Doodle Dandy. The Keystone Kid back in the field, as to Need the Dough, followed by Majestic One and Grey Stoke and Scary McCleary in 252.9 and 29.3 the final quarter. And it's a very, very tight photo in the first. Sir Henry Castleton, 20 off the post, looked like it was going to get it, but Alta Venetia's come back hard, and a pencil line between them in the end. Judge Graham McLennan called into business early on. Paramount Dream in for third, and the fourth over La Maitre D.
Placings in race 1, the Garrett's Horse and Hound Trot, subject to a photo for first and second. Horses called in 8, 16, and then comes 5, 1, 6. Unofficial 8, 16, 5, 1, 6.
All right, so a very, very tight photo to open the program here today, and it's between Alta Venetia, number 8, the Sundon Gold Star Bay 4-year-old mare for Ian Moody and Ellie Marr, Alta Breeding Company Limited. The breeders, Ian Moody trained at Pukekohe and Morris McKendry, or 16, Sir Henry Castleton. Sir Henry Castleton, the Monarchy 3-year-old bay gelding out of Castleton Gold, raced by breeders Warren and the estate of Mrs. Glenys Taylor. Warren Taylor trained at Morrinsville and David Butcher. Very, very tight for the win. 5 Paramount Dream third. Peck is a Spur Bay 3-year-old filly at a Paramount Star. For Mrs. J.R. Davies, along with J.B. Davies, Mrs. M.A. Plain, Mrs. J.E. Sutherland and J.J. Hope. John and Joshua Dickey trained at Clevedon, and John Dickey doing the driving.
Official placings now in race 1, the Garrett's Horse and Hound Trot. 8, 16, 5, 1, 6, 3. 8, 16, 5, 1, 6, 3. Horse 8, Alta Venetia, trotted the 2200 metres from a stand in 252.96. It's a mile rate of 26.5. Last 859.7 and the 429.3. The margins in O's. 3 lengths, 5 lengths, 8, 16, 5, 1, 6, 3, all official, race 1, Garrett's Horse and Hound Trot.
A representative down there with Garrard's Horse and Hound, with the victory celebrations with our winner Alta Venetia, and Pat Gubb down there for Franklin Park. Alta Venetia at $39.20 and $8.10, $39.28, $10. 16 Sir Henry Castleton, $3.30, $3.30. 5 Paramount Dream, $1.60, $1.60. Quinella, $196.30, $196.30. Trifecta, $2,994.70, $2,994.70. And the first 4, $2,157.30, $2,157.30. And $2,049. Jackpotting through to the first 4 in race 2. The LC Purdon International Mobile Pace, 2,200 metres. That will open the early quaddie on the program today. And we scratch number 7, Bryden Jet. The early quaddie pull approaching $4,000. Race 2 is time to go at 32 after 2.
work our way into autumn already. Anyway, looks a little overcast there at the moment too. Not particularly nice, one would say. Look at the age of those houses there. A bit of history there at Dunedin, bit of history. Fine, high cloud, well, it looks a bit low to me. I don't know how you call that high, low, high cloud when you can see it. Light winds, track condition is good. Gee whiz, high cloud. That is very interesting. Righto, we're going to catch up with our man Jason Tees. Here is the scratching very shortly. Take out 2 and 10 out of race 1. 2 comes out, another Jamie dog, 9 to box 2, and the 10 dog comes out. 2 reserves out of race 2, and race number 3 take out 3, Susan Jewel dog, 9 to box 3, and the 10 reserve dog comes out. On to races 4, 5 and 6, take out the 2 reserves out of 4 and 5. Race number 6 here, take out 2, Wheelchair Norm and 6, Gold Star Mario, 2 and 6 out of race 6. And I can tell you, as I flick to it, dog 9 to box 6, dog 10 to box 2. Race number 7, take out the 2 reserves. Race 8, take out 1, Expect Delay, and 7, Zulu Chanel. 1 and 7 out of race 8. Can tell you, dog 9 to box 1, 10 to 7. How's that? You never die wondering with me. And the 2 reserve dogs coming out of race number 9. Take out the reserves out of races 10. Race number 11, take out 8, Homebush Dane, dog 9 to box 10. You know how it works, people. And the 2 reserves out of race number 12. Well, they are the scratchings. Why not? Let's get on track and catch up with Jason Tees to set the scene for Otago.
And a very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome along to the Otago Greyhound Racing Club's meeting here at Forbury Park today. We are the sole domestic greyhound meeting, so all eyes are on us. And hopefully we're going to have a terrific day of racing. My best bet of the day comes up. We'll start off in race number 1 with that, and it comes up as Mojo Burst. He's an exciting greyhound. I'm sure he would have trialled here in the past. He was electric in his qualifying trial, and then he went the fastest time of the day at Addington last Friday in a 17:28. Comes in a box number 2, should be too good in race 1, which jumps at 2:23. We've got a very good racing series graduation final today, featuring a couple of very, very good greyhounds, and Can't Catch Tim. I'm sure he'll take most of the money, and he jumps out of box number 1. I'm looking forward to the day. I'll be back soon trying to tip you into the quaddies this afternoon.
Yes, he certainly will be. And Jason Tees, as you know, there are 2 quaddies these days. Let's get back to Jason Tees and find out his preview for the first of them.
Right, the first quaddie today here at Forbury Park kicks off at 2:41 with race number 2 on the program. Very tricky old quaddie. Second one looks a heck of a lot easier than what we've struck here first up. Going on top with number 2, Backchat Harry, a very progressive greyhound from the Bradshaw Kennel. First look at Forbury Park today. But as an out-and-out sprinter, so the 3:10 should suit. Include at number 1, No Laughing off the inside. Doesn't win out of turn, but good place form. And we'll put in the 8 Token Jump just in front of the 6 Token Ray. Token Jump is another one that doesn't win out of turn, but good minor placing. So we'll go 1 to beat 1, 2 and 8 in lead number 1. Lead number 3, good maiden affair here, going with the 3 best maidens in the race. Number 7, Willis, is my top selection from the Ray Adcock Kennel. 2 good seconds to start its career before breaking its maiden on Friday. Lark Kings was very good, running second on Friday as well in a handy time. And number 6, Ginger Fantasy, comes out of a strong qualifying trial back at the start of February. And on that occasion was beaten by Gingerless, who, of course, beat Willis here the last time that Willis raced here at Forbury Park. So we'll stick with dogs 5, 6 and 7 in the maiden race number 3. On now to race number 4 in the program, and here on top for me is dog number 8, Miss Valley Inn, is another one having its first look at the track here today from the Craig Roberts Kennel. Drawn out in box number 8, looks as though it'll see out a strong 5:45. So I'll stick with that on top. I'm going to take, you probably even take the field here if you've got plenty to spend, but I know with Steve Davis in the chair today, I get ridiculed forever, so I'm only going to take the 4. I like the 3 Tracy now with Dean Stapleton. He's purchased the greyhound off Ray Adcock, and she looks as though she'll pick up a win at short notice. Also, the 4 Subterfuge gave them plenty to chase here in the corresponding race at the last meeting, and 6 Bound to Erupt finished last here in a sprint, stepping up to the 5:45, and has since run a decent place down at Ascot Park. So in this lead, very, very tough, 3, 4, 6 and 8, but you could possibly take the field if you so wish. And on to the last lead of the first quaddie, race number 5, and going on top here with number 8, No Cheers. It's just won the 1 race, but it gets into box number 8 Good strong form. Track stats are a bit of a worry. 3 starts here for Zilch, but included in those 3 have been a couple of fourths, so that form not as bad as you can read. Putting in also Bolton Archie, number 6, when it was last produced here, it ran second, running out nominations at a maiden behind Homebush Mafuri. So we'll stick with that. And also Token Muscles, dog number 5. Blotted its copybook at the last start, but this is not a strong field, so we should be able to bounce back. So we'll take 5, 6 and 8 there in the 4th lead. So just recapping my selections: race 2, the 1, the 2 and the 8. Race 3, the 2nd lead, 5, 6 and 7. Race 4, the 3rd lead, 3, 4, 6 and 8. And lead number 4, the race 5, would tip in 5, 6 and 8. $20.60, just the 20%, but I promise I'll make it up to you in the second quaddie.
All right, Jason T. So 1, 2 and 8, 5, 6 and 7, 3, 4, 6, 8, 5, 6 and 8. So I write those down. 1, 2, 8, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 6, 8 and 5, 6 and 8. We'll spend $21. Won't worry about the 40 cents, and we'll do that. Righto, well, that's the first quaddie. Having got that money, which he's just assured us, we'll then grab that as a bank, and let's go to the second quaddie, and let's see what he's got here.
Well, the second quaddie here this afternoon gets a little bit easier. Race 9 is the first lead of that at 4:47. We see the open class greyhounds here, and we got Robbie drawn box number 1. That's good enough for me. He has to be an anchor. Botany Blake's the main danger in the race, but I'll stick with Robbie off the inside. He's racing sensational, and they've got to take a lot of links off him to beat him. So lead number 1, easy as that. Number 1 on your ticket. Race number 10 is the second lead. It is the Racing Series graduation final. 2 main chances. Both the heat winners. Can't catch Tim off the inside, and Opawa Diesel drawn box number 8. They look the 2, and we'll stick with that on my ticket, inside and out. Can't catch Tim. He was beaten at Addington the other day, but off the back of his heat win here, he did go to Ascot Park last week also and have a race. So he had 2 in a week last week. I'm sure the master would have freshened him up. Opawa Diesel from box 8 hasn't raced since, and he was good enough to suggest that he'll take the second lead. The only other runner I could possibly have was Runaway Taxi, but it's got to turn out around a big margin. So we'll go 1 and 8 in race 10. Race number 11 on the program, third lead of a quaddie, and I'm going here with the dogs 1, 2, 3 and 9. My top selection in the race is number 3, Homebush Page, going for a hat-trick of wins. The greyhound is certainly racing well. In this grade, they seem to get into the boxes, throw a coin and see who comes out on top before they decide who's going to win. So I'll stick with the 3. The 1, Botany Win, 2, We Terror, 2 Inside Dogs. And my roughie of the day is actually number 9, Business Affair. Gets into the race from a handy enough draw to suggest that he could be dangerous today, Business Affair. So we'll go 1, 2, 3 and 9 in lead at number 3. And the last, well, once again, they seem to trade wins in the open class sprints here at Forbury. Go with Homebush Chopper, dog number 2 as my top selection. It's been a fantastic dog. He finished last start at Addington, back here at Forbury Park, a bit of a softer C5 sprint. I think he can win. Other dangers, of course, 5, Corborn Butsy in grand form. Homebush Kelso is 2, and would give Sterling Dan a chance as the blowout from box number 1 seems to save its best races here for Forbury Park. So race number 9, the first lead, which jumps at 4:47. 1, Robbie is the anchor. Second lead at 1, Can't Catch Tim, and 8, Opawa Diesel. The third lead will go the 1, the 2, the 3 and the 9, and lead 4, race 12, 1, 2, 5 and 7. $32 gets us the lot. I told you I'd make it up to you for not getting much out of the first quaddie. We look forward to tipping you all a winner. As you can hear, the bunny's getting set and almost ready to let them fly, and we'll be back soon with the first.
All right, like your work, Jason, as with all the other commentators, in particular greyhound boys, they do spend a lot of time and trying to sort out the form for you, and so 1, the anchor, and race number 9. Let's have a look at the market for race number 1. The reserve dog looks to be the way to go here. It's just had the 1 start for a win. That was at Addington. Look at that, $1.50, 112, 190, 140. Boys, have we got time to have a look at it? No, they're telling us we haven't, so I'm sorry about that, people. Can tell you it jumped, went to the front, just kept running. How's that? So that's all you need to know, people. Let's get to Jason Tees. Very good afternoon to you, Jason. I've written down those numbers. Thank you very much for that. Look forward. I'll send you a percentage. Make the check out to C Ash. And Jason, we just go with the 9 here to build up a bank for race number 2.
Yes, afternoon, Steve. Yes, I was pretty keen to have a look at that win by Mojo Burst, but we were outruled, weren't we? But yes, he's a big tank of a dog. He's 37 odd kilos is Mojo Burst. He's fast, he's fearless, and quite frankly, if he doesn't win this, I'll be shell-shocked. He is a very, very smart dog. And 150, that's money for Jam. And the 180 on the tote, that won't last either. They'll smash that in the last minute and a half. Mojo Burst, the bet of the day for sure. Dangers, well, if there are dangers, the 5, the 6 and the 7. For me, No Struggle and Rich Terror both broke their maidens on Friday. Rich Terror did it in a maiden final. Only went 17.57, which is not a bad time. No Struggles 17.53, not a bad time either. But when you line it up against Mojo Burst's 17.28 on the same day, around about the same time of day, just shows you how much is between these greyhounds. So the 5 and the 6 should be thereabouts. We cannot rule out the dogs running out nominations in these maidens. And 7, Jamaican Archie, good run here. 4 starts ago on the track, ran 3rd in a pretty strong maiden affair. I think the first 2. We're both running out nominations that day too, so Jamaican Archie continues to run into some nice maidens and should be thereabouts today. So 9, 5, 6 and 7 for me in the first of a day. Left out Big Ben off the inside. First look at the track for the greyhound. Butterfly Terror, not a great deal of luck at the last start. Prior second was okay behind maybe Woolly Watson. Finished down the track here in its only look. And Smash Who, well, it's 7 start 27. So against these, not for me. So about to trap them up for the first of a day, the Otago First 4 maiden. Favourite Mojo Burst, $1.40 and $1.10. Gee, Bookrie's still giving you $1.50. If you've got a couple of multis running through the harness at Auckland later, grab it quickly. So second favourite for the race is out at $671.70 off the inside. Big Ben, $9.70, $2 for No Struggle. Favourite wears the green and white rug here. And we'll jump out of box number 2, Mojo Burst in the Malcolm Grant kennel. First of 12 here today, feature event race 10. The Racing Series graduation final, featuring Can't Catch Tim versus Opar with Diesel, and the open class race 9 is a good race 2, featuring Robbie versus Botany Blake, etc., etc. So we're over start time. Now boxing up for the first. Big Ben, Butterfly Terror, No Struggle, Jamaican Archie. Be followed up by Mojo Burst, Woolly Watson, Rick's Treasure, Smash Who. Be outside. Watch the favourite jump for you. He should be first out. Just having a bit of trouble boxing Woolly Watson, or was it Rick's Treasure out wide? Need another pair of hands to shut that trap door, or even box the dog because he's trying to come out the back again. Right, it's up there now. Set to go. Let's watch the favourite jump box 2, the green and white, ready. And racing, Mojo Burst comes out running along there with Smash Who, trying to hunt the rails in his Big Ben right up there too. Smash Who. Between runners then is going to be Rich Treasure, further back Jamaican Archie, Woolly Watson, No Struggle, across the top. Mojo Burst opens him up 5 lengths to the good on Butterfly Terror. Down the outside, Jamaican Archie, favourite creams and Mojo Burst. Jamaican Archie to second, Butterfly Terror third in front of No Struggle. Back in the race then to Smash Who, Woolly Watson, 2 at the tail, Big Ben and Rich Treasure. $1.30 in the end. So the bookies were saying it's gift week at $1.50, and he's dead set smashed them. Mojo Burst. Be interesting to see the time. Track on a little bit of a slow side, but then we saw another fortune in the non-totes go 18.64, and this dog pretty much did it the same way as another fortune did. Jumped straight to the rail, and it was all over around the turn. He's a big boy, 37 odd kilos of him, and C1 won't stop him. And he's just going to keep winning. The 9 thrashes the 7, the 3 and the 5 in race number 1. Get the results through shortly from the judge. And off the boxes it was race over from Trap Rise. Placings through on the first. And numbers are in the first 9, 7, 3. Then came 5, 1, 8, 6 and 4. Margins 4.5 lengths, 2 lengths, 2 1/4 lengths, and the winner's time was 18.66, which is pretty quick for a maiden. Mojo Burst, winner of the first, the Black Dog, whelped January 2013 by Nitro Burst at a Mojo Mine. G. Carews, the owner, Malcolm Grant, the trainer at Lowcliffe, and Steve. That's the way you like to see your sub $2 shot win, and I reckon he was money for jam at $1.30.
Yeah, it certainly was. Jump ran, and that was it. It was all over. Just run to the back of the tote, as we used to say. So the 9 takes it out. You've got a little bit of money to put towards the first of the quaddies, and don't forget his first leg quaddies. He's gone 1, 2, 8, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 6, 8, 5, 6 and 8. He's gone a bit of a spread in his first quaddie. Has anchored race number 9, number 1. Let's look at the market for race number 2. It's a C1 over the 310. The favourite back, Chat Harry, has come up the favourite here. A lightly raced dog. He's having start number 7 today. He's won 6 of his 4 previous efforts. One would suggest the inside 3 boxes where you need to look. No Laughing, 651.75. Start number 23 today, like a lot of those no dogs. Got excited at No Best. It's the Turnwood Cleave combination. No Salute, again, from the same litter, in fact. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Year older. No, it's not. Different litter. No Spirit, No Best. Read what's there, Stephen. It's easy to get confused. You know I'm confused. But they're both by Scott Excited, I can tell you that. That side of it I did get right. Righto, let's get the result of race number 1 out of the way. 9 Mojo Burst, $131. 7 Jamaican Archie, $2.90, and 3 Butterfly Terror. Terror is at $4.30. Quinella 7 and 9, $8.90. Trifecta 973, $91. The first 4 9735, $395.50. $395.50. Doggies getting there. You know what I found? I went to Cambridge the other day. It's interesting how different handlers take off the rugs different ways. Yeah, it's just interesting, isn't it? I saw one take it off the back legs, which I found quite incredible. Others slide it off one leg after the other, take it off the front. Yeah, anyway, just the things you see. Righto, race number 2 coming up. It is the LC Purdon International Mobile Pace, and favourite remains the 5 on top here, 281.40. Atomic Blonde's got support though, as you can see also, and it's mare by Mac 3, start number 8 today. Where else do we need to look? Probably down to the 13 Blue Allen, and along with a quick one, Stephen Reed. That's the interesting runner. Filly by El Sue failed last time out, and perhaps best indication is its form earlier on, where it finished 4th. Overlook its last couple of runs, although it's starting to drift now on the with the bookmakers, and it's out to double figures on the tote significantly. Blue Allen. Chloe with the winner of the first, Murray McKendry, in the bike, as they say, in the sulky. Righto, let's try and catch up and have a look at the Freightline Drivers Challenge too. That'd be interesting. Have we got that coming through? There's One Tree Hill. Used to be One Tree Hill. I think it's an absolute shame. Absolute shame that was allowed to happen. Anyway, Murray McKendry, look at that, bang, into $2.60. $2.60. David Butcher, $2.60. Zach Butcher, $9. So there you are, just like that. Murray McKendry had the blows to start with. Now everybody wants to join him. Righto, let's get to Aaron White as we build into race number 2. And Aaron, One Tree Hill, no more, my friend.
Yeah, you did right there, Steve. Bit of a disappointment. But we've tried to grow trees up there, but unfortunately we can't get one to grow that'll go and take its place. So very, very unfortunate that is. First leg of the early quaddie gets underway here. 10 Atomic Blonde. Nice placing on this track back on the 20th of February. And behind American Boy, out of that same race as Joe and Ed No Better, finished 4th. So Atomic Blonde did have the measure of Joe and Ed No Better when they last met. $3.70, $1.40 around Atomic Blonde, $3.60, $1.60 Joe and Ed No Better. I think they'll fight it out. 8 Forever an Angel, worked home nicely at Avondale. Tidy enough run here when third 2 starts ago. Of course, at Avondale did gallop early there, so did make up a lot of ground after that gallop. Forever an Angel, and 9 Chloe. Morris McKendry after a good second at Stratford, beaten a narrow margin down there. Sean McCaffrey, the trainer. First leg of the early quaddie, that pulled up to $7,000. Of course, we had just over $2,000 jackpotting in the first 4, so that's up to $5,500. Well worth looking at a first 4 option in the LC Purdon International Mobile Pace. Of course, Les does have ownership duties in the race with a quick one, number 14 at $13 and $3. If you think the sponsor can get a wee bit of his money back, a quick one, number 14. Second leg of the early quaddie, Steve. Mobstar for me, the 11. Galloped on Friday night. Was an encouraging fourth first look at the park. Fresh up. Yogi Johnson manners the key with him. Carbodo Spur, a good second at Avondale, and Mighty Sunny racing well. Sirius Star, one of my bets of the day, co-owned by Peter Bolt, who took the Northern Oaks with his wonderful filly, the Orange Agent, on Friday night. He's a co-owner of Sirius Star. And that's a big chance with Tullow now drawn won the front. Sirius Star likely to get a lovely drag through. Sky Arts a chance in the third leg of the early quaddie with trial by jury number 6. And Moment of Truth, number 8, he can certainly make his way back into the winner's circle too. Moment of Truth, the now 12-year-old, he's gunning for his 24th victory today. 10 the Scruff, Jägermeister, Sundance Mountain, all chances there too, Steve. So 8, 10, 7 and 9 for me in the final leg of the early quaddie.
Hey, I got to ask you, what do you think of Adore Me?
Sensational, Steve. I've always said she's the world's best mare, and didn't she just stamp that on Sunday? 147.7.
I mean, I never thought we'd see that in Australasia.
Neither did I, Steve. When I first came into harness racing, and you know, we were about 10 years into the journey type of thing, and Excuse Me came to Alexandra Park in the Noel J. Taylor Mile, Nuclear Bird, and I think it was Abdias flying along in front, and she paced 153.6, and jaws were dropped around the nation going, crikey, under 155, now 147.7 in Australasia. What do you trim off if she goes to the Northern Hemisphere, Steve? That's the scary thing.
Imagine if they ran it in Johannesburg, how quick she'd go.
Yeah, well, places like that, just amazing. But sensational stuff, and great for the New Zealand industry, of course. And, yep, she stamped herself as the world's best now, and it'll be great to have
Stunning
her
stuff.
On Friday night. Of course, she was runner-up in the Auckland Cup last year, and she'll look to go one better this year. Races come around into the lane. LC Les Purden International Mobile Pace. Second on the program to open the early quaddie. Starter Frank Phelan activates the green light. And they're off. Joe and Ed No Better out fast. Supreme Brigade driven hard out of barrier 2, and Tiger Tamer on the inside. Then El Caesar, but Joe and Ed knows better. Musters a good early gate speed to have the early lead. Forever an Angel comes forward from her wide draw. Then came Atomic Blonde, the second favourite between runners. Chloe back on the inside. Then River Valley Mist, and back in the field Blue Bird, Comet's Dream. Blue Ellen back third last. Star Elect and a quick one back last as they pace up into the back. Joe and Ed No Better away by 2, Tiger Tamer. El Caesar third, and 3 back on the inside as Forever and Angels got down to park from her wide draw. 1-1 to Supreme Brigade. Chloe 4 back on the inside. To its outside Atomic Blonde. Then River Valley Miss followed by Blue Bird. Star Elect making up ground against the marker line. Blue Ellen, Comet's Dream, a quick one. The last trio 44 and 3, a comfortable lead time in the LC Purden International Pace as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. And Joe and Ed No Better leads. The second favourite, in fact, 10 cents between them on the close. So Joe and Ed No Better leads Forever an Angel, Tiger Tamer. Supreme Brigade 1-1. Then El Caesar on the inside of the favourite Atomic Blonde. Chloe 4 back on the inside of River Valley Mist. Then Star Elect. Here's a quick one coming forward for Stephen Reid, co-owned by Les Purden. Back in the field then to Bluebird, Blue Ellen and Comet's Dream. 32 and 8 the opening quarter, and a quick one around to the lead. And in a quick move, it's got the front, the El Sue Fillier Circuit to go. Over Joe and Ed No Better and Forever an Angel, Tiger Tamer. Supreme Brigade still 1-1. Then El Caesar on the inside of Atomic Blonde. On the back of Atomic Blonde is River Valley Mist. Then Chloe. Blue Bird back in the field with Star Elect, Blue Ellen, and 4 lengths Comet's Dream. Second quarter 29 and 2. Into the back goes a quick one. 3 quarters Forever an Angel pressing the issue the outside. Joe and Ed No Better has that nice run in the trail. Then Supreme Brigade under pressure 1-1. Tiger Tamer, Atomic Blonde about to be let go shortly by Zach Butcher. Then El Caesar, River Valley Miss getting around runners. Blue Ellen, then Blue Bird. Chloe's drifting away, and Star Elect. They sweep across the top. 400 to go. A quick 1 quarter down the back in 28.6. Up on the outside Forever an Angel. Joe and Ed No Better Better away from the markers to come up 3 wide, then Tiger Tamer, and further back Atomic Blonde, a quick one for home. Forever an Angel, Joe and Ed No Better, Tiger Tamer passing lane, Atomic Blonde down the outside, 120 to go. Forever an Angel, Joe and Ed No Better, a quick one still there, and here's Atomic Blonde unleashing late. Joe and Ed No Better gets to Forever an Angel, and over the top Atomic Blonde, they hit it. Another very tight photo. Joe and Ed No Better and Atomic Blonde, the two favourites, and noses between those. Forever an Angel third, then a quick one, Tiger Tamer, River Valley Mist and Blue Allen. Star Elect the next in. They were followed by Supreme Brigade and El Caesar, Bluebird, Chloe, and Comet Stream in 244.7, 29 the final quarter. Judge Graham McLennan for a Tuesday afternoon. He'll be getting overtime for this. It's going to be another very tight one. Who's got it? I don't know. Is it outside again? Atomic Blonde, or is it inside? Joe and Ed No Better, very, very tight. Noses between them. Forever an Angel for third, and a quick one in for fourth. And
Official placings, race 2, the LC Purden International Mobile Pace. 5, 10, 8, 14, 1, 11. 5, 10, 8, 14, 1, 11. Horse 5, Joe and Ed No Better, paced the 2,200 metres in 2:44.79. It's a mile rate of 2 minutes, 0.5. Last 800 in a good 57.6. Last quarter in 29. The margins and O's, a half neck, 2 3/4 lengths. 5, 10, 8, 14, 1, 11. Race 2, the LC Purden International Mobile Pace.
Joe and Ed No Better's a maiden no longer at start 12, raced by Mrs. J.L. Taylor, A.R. Taylor, E.B. Davies and Mrs. N.P. Davies. Congratulations to you. Better's Delight, 3-year-old bay filly, yet another individual winner for Better's. This one out of Pocket Mateo, bred by Woodland Stud New Zealand Limited. John and Joshua Dickey prepared at Clevedon and beautifully handled too by Joshua back at the head of the field. Graded by Les Purden and Kerry Purcell. Graham Wharf there for Franklin Park. 10 Atomic Blonde, Mark 3 bay, 4-year-old mare at a Jaguar for second, raced by Miss A.J. Purden. Angela Purden trained at Pukekohe, Zach Butcher, and 8 Forever an Angel, a gutsy run in for third. And Forever an Angel by Gotta Go Cullen out of Angel Hanover, a 4-year-old bay mare, raced by Mrs. M.A. Lynch. Logan Hollis, Shane Robertson trained at Pukekohe, and Logan Hollis. Totes will see number 5, Joe and Ed No Better, return 321.50, 321.50. 10 Atomic Blonde at $1.60, 160. 8 Forever an Angel, $3.30, 330. Quinella, $3.20, 320. Trifecta, $55.20, 55.20. First 4, $290.70, $290.70. Double 8 and 5, 79.40, 79.40. Concession 8 and 10, $49.20, 49.20. Race 3 on the program this afternoon, the Tony and Dan Parker trot over the 2,200 metres. Scratch number 4, Cyclone Lucky 7. The third opens a double, and we race at 8 minutes after 3.
tops too. He's got the black and white on this time. Ready. And racing, he was slow back, Chat Harry, but he now rallies the pace. Gold Star Magic and out wide on the track. Token Jump, the first to appear. Favourite now hustles the rails. Back in the race into Wrinkles, about 3 or 4 lengths away. No Laughing, Shakayla Rose. Further away, No Salute. Token Ray on the corner. Back Chat Harry. Token Jump's coming after him down the outside. Back Chat Harry will hold though. Beats Token Jump third. Wrinkles and close up two would have been No Laughing and Gold Star Magic the inside. Further back to Token Ray, No Salute, and the one at the tail, Shakayla Rose. Well, he was the winner, but he was slow out, but he used his brain. Back Chat Harry, and through along the rails he went, found the lead just on the point of the top turn, and it was race over from there. Token Jump gave him a bit of a hustle round the outside as we thought they might. We got close to him, and further back in the race was Wrinkles, I think, maybe getting to third in front of Gold Star Magic in the late finishing. No Laughing over the top, but favourite in Back Chat Harry. He'll beat the 8, the 4 and the 5 along the inside. Placings are through quickly on race 2 before we head back to the studio. Placings are 2, 8, 4, 5, 1, 6, 7 and 3. Margins a length and a quarter, 3 and a quarter and a half length. The winner's time 18.77, 18.77. The winner, Back Chat Harry, black-dolled, well, August 2013 by Magic Sprite out of Emerge for the CQ Syndicate. Ashley Bradshaw, the trainer at Randy Europe. Small Fisher, Sweet Steve, at least we're live. I have to lead one of the quaddie. We're back for race number 3 at 2:59.
Yeah, and you gave us a bit of a chance too with the 8 there. I thought, gee, if this gets up, you're going to be blowing most of the punters out with the first leg of the quaddie, but as often is the case, the odds-on favourite just too strong. Devonport Greyhounds next to come, meeting code 17, race number 1. It's a grade 6, which features 1 or 2 dogs yet to be to the races, the 1 and the 3 having their first look, race day. Let's get the result of race number 2 out of the way. 2, 8, 4 and 5, 180, 110, 230, 280, Quinella 580, Trifecta 61, 20. And the first 4, 2, 8, 4, 5, 362, 60, 362, 60. Completed the double races 1 and 2, 9 and 2 the numbers, 140 in the concession, 9 and 8, $6.10. $6.10. Righto. In fact, there's a number of dogs having their first start in this, but anyway, we'll find out. The 5 is the one that they've come for here, and that is Scooters Capable. Start number 11 today. Start number 11, that would worry me. Yet to win a race, especially taking the shorts. 7's got a bit of support. It's won 2 of 9, but that was at Hobart last start. On the 23rd, gets to start again in the grade 6. So I suppose, to be fair, running out nominations, is it? But anyway, even money favourite, the 5. Start number 11 for it. Let's get on track and get the callers' late thoughts.
Nitro, 34 and 14. And the runners are at the start for the opening event. Thought Scooters Capable might be the one to beat. Been runner-up at 2 of its last 3 behind Despicable Todd and Knocks and Rattles. And then had no luck when one of the popular picks when it ran 6th behind Priority Punter here last week. So expect an improved run by Scooters Capable here in race number 1, although it has drawn box number 5, which is certainly not a bonus here. So the second pick, Andariel number 3 by Fabregas from 3rd string, trained by Gary Johnson, having its first start. She hasn't been missed in the betting. And number 7, How's That Lizzie, coming off a last start Hobart win where it beat Ricky's a Legend in Hobart on Thursday night, is going to be pretty hard to beat here in the first race on the card. Score there by 2 3/4 lengths. It's actually the tote favouritism now, number 7. How's That Lizzie, but still showing 360 on the fixed odds as they start to move up. Opening race. Thanks, Tony. Bunny underway for the first. They're all set. And away, speed out wide from the reserve on a Bound Nitro. Karuna went through underneath it, and How's That Lizzie's there in the middle. Right through on the rail went Marley Rose. Going up in the centre was Scooters Capable, although the gap closed and the favourite dropped back to last with Bound Nitro. And back with it was Crystal's Way at the halfway mark. How's That Lizzie by 3. Karuna's in second spot. Andriella's making up good ground through along the fence and coming in after the leader. But How's That Lizzie still in front, and How's That Lizzie won it by a neck over the fast finishing Andriel. Now it's a 3-way go for third. We've got the fast finishing Crystal's Way with Scooters Capable and Karuna. Out wider was Marley Rose, and then further back in the field we had Bound Nitro, and it was back towards the tail end of the field with Lewis Smith. Number 7, How's That Lizzie at $3.70 and $1.50. Andriel second, $1.40. Crystal's Way for third, number 2, getting through along the fence. 7, 3 and 2 after the running of race number 1.
Yeah, 7, 3, 2 and 4 across the line. Fair to say, I don't think the 3 was running home that much stronger. More importantly, I think the 7 was stopping. Anyway, the 7 held on. Don't forget Gawler race 2-1. This is the highlight. This is the only race we are taking today live and exclusive here on Trackside. This is the race. Clearly somebody must have a share in one of the dogs, must have. They must have a share in one of the dogs. It's a maiden over 400 metres. Favourite is the 4, Aston Millie, 340-120, jumping from box number 4, the dreaded squeeze box. Well, it's an even old go. And look at that, the wind pull building up as we speak. Righto, let's take a break and see how much it is when we get back.
You've seen the Go Race.
Please believe them when they say that it's left for yesterday.
Benzini's poking through as well. It's still Arizona Jazz. Benzini's coming after them quickly with Surpass and Clasco Rock along the very inside. Benzini from last on the corner. Whoa, what a ride.
So
I can see the winner of this. As much as I think Benzini's a big hope, 550, the horse I think is Show the World. Opie Bosson won the Derby. Show the World, who was a son of a former Auckland Cup winner, can run the 2 miles, 5th the other day, ticks all the boxes for mine. And I got it right, Mongolian Khan, the other day. I'm just saying, if there's any rain about, gee, I tell you what, it would change things significantly for me. All of a sudden, Surpass comes into it, and there's a bit of a roughie. Colonel Carrera. If they got a bit of rain, I wouldn't be surprised to see this. What's it, 50s, I think? 50s, Colonel Carrera and Darryl Bradley to do the riding. Rory's on perfect start, which is interesting, but I dare say, well, there's no way he could do the weight, Steve, and that's why he wouldn't be able to do 53. Yeah, Colonel Carrera, I don't know. Rock Diva's not the worst either. Consistent, gets her chance. Mark Duplessis to do the riding. So an even I'll go, really. Benzini the favourite, but yes, I can see the headlines now. Show the World. Son of an Auckland Cup winner takes it out, and Opie Bosson wins the Derby and wins the Cup as well. He is the man for the big occasions. We know that. One of the best in the business. and would certainly be winning more races should he have not had the weight problems. There's no doubt about that. Hayden Tinsley's in the same boat, let's be honest. So many of them over the years. We go back to Roger Lang in my time, probably one of the best too. Never really won the races that he possibly could have had. He didn't have the weight situation. Aston Millie favourite here. This is the maiden. Where are we up to? $1,200, people. Right, so at nearly $1,300. Let's see if we can get it up to $2,000, can we? Is this a combined pool? If it is, we'll see how we go. Anyway, let's see if we can do this. This is a Gawler maiden, Aston Millie, and I'll just bring up the form for you people. This will get you excited. The one, Electra Diva, start number 13 today. Could be lucky for it. Box number 1, it gets 2. 7 Sins, start number 22, not for me. Gangula Swift having its first look at the race start. Let it run, given it's paying 10s at the moment. Aston Millie, well, if you've got an Aston Martin, you could look at that. It's into favourite here. 2:32.10, start number 9 today's been fairly consistent. Phoebe Bale, you got to consider the Bale dogs every time they go around. 8s, Yarramundi Lily. And then we got Marvel Bale, another one. Start number 3's been to Angle Park and Gawler. Angle Park form's not bad for here. Let's go back to Devonport, get that confirmed. 7, 3, 2 and 4. 341, 20, 210, 210. Quinella 10, 10. Trifecta 7, 3, 2, 147.90 in the first 4. 7, 3, 2, 4, $284.90. $284.90. What are we up to? $1,700.45. I assume we're commingled though with Super Tab, so that's not really a big thing, Stephen, quite frankly. What's that hanging off the... Is that a rag? It's a funny colour for lure. Anyway, that's the Gawler lure there, people. And it looks like a bit of rag, quite frankly. Coloured red. But anyway, they'll no doubt chase it. As you can see, this is a maiden. So somebody's going to walk away with a victory here. Billy Winslow. And it's had 2 runs at Angle Park. Finds itself here at Gawler. I may have found one here, people. I think the 8. Billy Winslow. Let's go ahead to Forbury Park then. Why not? Let's see if we can find a winner at Forbury Park. We've had 2 favourites salute in the first 2 races. Can tell you our man, Jason Tees, has gone 5, 6 and 7 for his quaddie. 5, 6 and 7, so a bit of value around the 5 already. Got the first starter in Ginger Fantasy, and you've got to watch the Fahey's here, and Willis. So 5, 6, 7, Willis running out nominations. Did win last time here at Otago over the 5:45, jumping from box number 7. Jumped from the dreaded squeeze box last time and proved too strong for them. And a bit of support, as you'd expect, for the first starter from the Fahey Kennel. So a bit of value around the 5, and as we know, Jason Tees has got 5, 6 and 7 running in his preferred quaddie. 30 seconds out, we're up to nearly $3,000, people. Well done. Well done to you. And I like the 8. Billy Winslow brings that Angle Park form here to Gawler. That's a bit of a step back. Aston Millie's been to Gawler a couple of times, but it went round at Angle Park too before coming here. 7 Sins, well, it's had 21 starts. That's the reason I put a line through it. Gee, people are listening to me. Billy Winslow's out to 850 and 220. Finally, we get a bit of action. Finally, we get a bit of vision of the people, the dogs, heading round to the start. And interesting, isn't it? Isn't it interesting? They've got the colour-coordinated jackets. They all look the same. Why not have jackets that match the colour of the dog? That's what I say. At least this way they buy red, they can get one size fits all. Or maybe they haven't. Anyway, Aston Millie heading round to the start. This is the only race we're taking from Gawler, people. You can phone the help desk all you like, but this is the only race we are bringing you. Race number 2. And we'll be pleased to see whether the favourite Aston Millie can get home here. Post this, we'll be heading back to Jason Tees. He'll have all the build-up for us leading into Forbury Park. And as you can see, we're running late at Gawler. Why? Because it's Gawler. We can just wander around. We can get there when we want to. And Forbury Park's there. We are okay. They'll get round. We're here at the start. Is this the start we're meant to be at? Yeah, it is, isn't it? I think so. The 8 dogs should go in first, shouldn't it? Then the 7. What about the 6? You've got to help these Australians. There we are. They're going in an order, people. They are almost there. Righto, let's get to our caller finally. I like the 8. Let's see how I go. Out to 870 and 220.
Today, had a few things against it during the run, but was too powerful. Aston Millie here at 250, 210 on the fixed. Last run, she started $1.80 and was beaten. As they move in, it was over this track and trip, and she Really got pushed wide on that first bend that they encounter. They've moved in pretty well. The green light on. Ready to race. Second of the day here at Gawler. First division of the Open Maiden. We're right to go. Set. Racing. Oh, it's a great line out with the exception of Yarramundi Lily. Good pace. Aston Millie, the fave, takes over and darts right away. Out by 4 or 5 early. Over Electra Diva, Gangala Swift, Billy Winslow, Yarramundi Lily, and then Marvel Bale and Phoebe Bale. But up the front here, we've got Aston Millie out by 5 on Electra Diva. Then came Gangala Swift, but Aston Millie in front. Electra Diva making some ground, but Aston Millie beats Electra Diva. Third is Yarramundi Lily, and then 7 Sins. Behind those, Gangala Swift from Billy Winslow. Then Marvel Bale, and it was back toward the tail end with Phoebe Bale. The run is 23 and 10.
Well, sleep better tonight having seen the second from Gawler. Righto, let's get to Jason T's, meeting code 9, race number 3. Favourite here, 7 Willis. We're looking for 3 odds-on favourites in a row. Can it happen, Jason?
Well, pretty unusual for it to happen here at Forbury, Steve, but it can happen. I think it can with Willis. He's a nice dog. He's from the Ray Adcock kennel. He's a little bit green, but from the master himself, I did say to him before the meeting, hey, look, I think you'll get 5 today, Ray. He said, I've got 4 top chances, and this fella, he's a bit green. But, well, whether that means he's got maybe 4 wins in a place, and I don't know, but I reckon he'll get 5. And Willis, my top selection here. If he can get beat, number 5, Lark Kinks, very good second behind Willis the other day. He's got to turn around 6 3/4 lengths though, but was running on pretty strongly, Lark Kinks. Malcolm Grant's team always goes good here. He's at good each way value, $7.90 and $2 the place. And, over 17.5 there on the Summer Rugs. I'll be taking that all day at $2 because my top picks are 7, 5, 6 and 8. So, yeah, have a crack at that while you can. The over 17.5. Yes, Ginger Fantasy, second in its qualifying trial behind a dog called Gingerless, who actually won the maiden 5:45 here last time and beat Willis. It was over the sprint trip, but from the Fahey kennel, you can't certainly dismiss it. And good luck to the ownership too, the Silver Lots and the 2 Ginger Bears. I'm sure they'll be watching on today. And Corborn Kenny from Box 8. He has had 13 starts, hasn't won a race, but has had 7 placings in about 4/5. So that'll be good enough for me to run in the first 4 today. So 7, 5, 6 and 8 here in race number 3. Just harking back to the 2 non-totes we had earlier in the day. The first non-tote was won by Royal Apache for Stephen Bonnie Evans. Dead heating Mitchell Dean and Winnie Willow. 1 length to Dead Heat. Neck 1925 in the second non-tote. Another Fortune beat Monaco Denver Jewel Apache. 6 lengths to nose, 1.5 lengths, 1864. Right, boxing up for the third of the day. The maidens, Willis the favourite, 180, $1. Green light through. Here comes the bunny. Should be good race this. The gap. Ready. And racing, sprinting out first there, centre of the field was Ginger Fantasy. Hip Hop Sophia showing good speed, and on the inside Premier Prince as they race around the first bend. Willis is right up behind him now to the first corner, just gets shunted a bit wide. Lark Kings gets back to the rails. Wider out Corborn Kenny, further back in the race Hip Hop Sophia on the drift with Teep Rita Mega and no luck. Across the top they come. Round the outside, Willis gets to the lead. Lark Kings gives it plenty though. The inside 2 or 3 back, running on Teep Rita Mega. Ginger Fantasy on the corner. Willis in front over Lark Kings, and Willis gets it 2 straight. Willis beats Lark Kings. Teep Rita Mega home third. Then came Ginger Fantasy, followed back in the race by No Luck, Corborn Kenny, Premier Prince, and back at the tail, Hip Hop Sophia. Too good. The 7 Willis, and that'll take out race number 3. Over the 5 Lark Kings, who gave it plenty, and 4 Teep Rita Mega home in third. Down the and say jump Willis. Well, he got shunted out a bit wide, but he was in no danger of defeat. Really wasn't. There's a bit of a charge on down the back, but he just stayed out of trouble round the outside. Lark Kings gave him plenty. Gee, we need some value to roll into the third and fourth edges of a quaddie, don't we? But I think that is coming. Willis will score over the 5 Lark Kinks, 4 Teep Rita Mega and 6 Ginger Fantasy with Mr. Trizey by about a neck. 7 beats 5, 4 and 6. Comes the results before we head back to Steve. Placings in race number 3. 7, 5, 4, 6, 2, 1, 8 and 9. The margins being 3.5 lengths, 3 1/4 lengths, a half neck, and the winner's time was 33.5 1:24:33.24. Number 7, Willis, May 13, fawn dogged by Dinah Lachlan, that of Delusionist, owned and trained by the master, Ray Adcock. Steve, there's race number 3, and if you want a winner, next race at Alexandra Park, horse number 10.
Whoa! Not only does he call the greyhounds, he's picking them at Alexandra Park. I won't have a job soon. He's going mighty sunny. Oh, I see JLT's in the ownership. Ah, Kimosabi. Thankful information, huh? Okay, let's head to Muswellbrook. Yes, this is the first of the action. We don't get much of a lead in here as opposed to Gawler. That's just the way it works, people. Muswellbrook. Let's get there now. We're over start time. I think Richard Haynes on course. My old friend from New Zealand Bloodstock. Let's get on track.
A few of his horses that were eligible, so it's just the baby to try and win a race that means a lot to them. 2 to get set, Prima Claire to come up, and Professor Marks to get set. So 2 to come in. Me Sassy's drawn in 1 and Flippant's drawn in 5. She was an expensive yearling. She fetched 220,000 at the sales. A filly by Hinchinbrook out of a General Nadeem mare and Lady Beckworth. But Me Sassy will run favourite at 2.3, Flippant at $3. Trying to load Prima Claire here at another filly on debut. She's well bred in Costa del Lago filly out of Prima Nova. It was a handy race mare herself. Raced in the same interest. Pretty sure, those red, white and green colours. And Professor Marks to come up and complete the line. He's a son of Bonhoeffer. Just the 3 of them have been to the races so far. Me Sassy, Mac Missile and Impusto. The last one coming up, Professor Marks, and we'll be all in set to go. 900 the dash, race 1. Stand by for a start. Professor Marks mightn't be just quite right as yet. Light on. Set to go. Racing. And missing it badly was Sunset Strip, came out about 5 lengths behind him. Beginning quickly was Flippant, showing speed. Professor Marks to take it on for the lead now. Impusto will settle down 3rd. A length away to Me Sassy, 4th on the improve on the rail on the inside of Barefoot Boogie. They're followed by Prima Claire. Behind those Mac Missile, then Dub Rub, and 5 away to Sunset Strip, who blew the kick. Around the home corner, 450 left to run. Professor Marks broke clear by a length and a half. Impusto. Flippant getting into the clear in the black and gold colours. Then Me Sassy hooking 4 and 5 wide. They're followed by Prima Claire and then Mac Missile and Barefoot Boogie and Sunset Strip. It's Flippant taking the lead with 175 to go. Beat off Professor Marks. Me Sassy can't do much better, but it's all Flippant racing away, and Flippant goes down and wins the Greg Cribb Memorial impressively. Won it by 5 lengths in the end. 2nd Me Sassy, 3rd Professor Marks. Gee, Sunset Strip did a big job to run 4th. Then followed Mac Missile and Dub Rub. Behind those Prima Claire and Barefoot Boogie and Impusto towards the tail end.
First starter gets home here, Peter the Snowdens, Yarraman Park, and by Hinchinbrook. Well, that'll keep a New Zealander happy. I know they just purchased one at the Melbourne sales, coming back here for the 2-year-old sale by Hinchinbrook. Good luck to you. Anyway, it's got home the 2-year-old daughter thereof, out of a General Nadeem mare, was always bred to run quick and run early, and that certainly it can. Righto, Franklin Harness, meeting code 5, race number 3. We're 2.5 minutes out from a start. Mob Star. Well, Jason Tees has gone the 10 mighty sunny, and I appreciate the fact because he shares in the ownership. But our man on track there, he's all over Mob Star. Is that not right, Aaron White?
Yeah, you did right there, Steve. Was very encouraging fresh up here at Alexandra Park back on the 20th of February, and behind Djokovic. A tidy race that was too. James Stormont for Steve Cornwall. Blew the start here on Friday night, so never a factor after that. So we'll certainly need to sort those issues out into the first corner, but if he does get around the first corner, he's a nice type, Mob Star. And he looked pretty good in his prelim too at $4.40 and $1.80 back for the place. That's on top for me. Over to Yogi Johnson. It's all about him and his manners. He did carry a very good support when galloping last time. Michelle Wallace to do the driving today. She co-trains the horse with the Bernie Hackett, and the Majestic Sun gelding out of Inderbank has all the breeding to speak of. Can certainly get some of this with clean manners. $4.70 and $1.80. One Carwado Spur, good win runner-up at Avondale last time. That was in behind Madame Simone. A brave third on this track, and behind Macaray with Jake 3 starts ago. Richard Brosnan, and throw in the 10. Mighty Sunny, yes. Jason and Megan T's trained runner, backed up its Cambridge victory with a good strong run at Stratford, and behind Sir George Grey. Peter Ferguson doing the driving here today. So 11, 2, 1 and 10 for me to open a double. In the second leg of the double, I did mark them the 9 Sirius Star on top, over the 2 Tallow, 10 Sky Art, and a number 6 Trial by Jury in the mix there too in the second leg of this double, Steve. But with clean manners, Mob Star, he will be a good chance here in the race today. He is nominated and accepted in the fields for Friday night as well. What a night that's going to be, this Friday night. Cup and Derby night, Young Guns final night. If you're anywhere near Alexandra Park on Friday, there's one place to be. That's right here at Alexandra Park. Terror to Love, can he bounce back and defend his Auckland Cup title on Friday night? Taking on Adore Me, the world's best mare, of course, and runner-up in the race last year. Chris and Me, he's unbeaten in 2 runs at Alexandra Park. And Ahoka Punter, he's putting his hat in the ring too, with some pretty good efforts in his latest assignments to Ahoka Punter. That's going to be a great night this Friday night as the Square Gators face up to a start of Frank Phelan, Tony and Dan Park, a trot 2,200 metres. It's the front barrier strand, and the barrier strand releases now, and they're off and trotting. Yogi Johnson's come away in a gallop, and its stablemate's gone out in sympathy too. Sun Over. Mob Star safely on the journey, but getting away early, Carwado Spur to be the early leader over Amy's Invasion. Up on the inside then to a Bert Munro, followed Spud Murphy as they work the stables corner, then Star Monarch and Marseille. Mighty Sunny Mob Star. How does he negotiate the stables corner today? A lot better than he did on Friday night, and he's safely around there. Further back in the field then to Yogi Johnson, Sun Over, no chance after its early mistake. Into the back they go. Carwado Spur by 3. Amy's Invasion, Bert Munro and Spud Murphy. 4 lengths Star Monarch, then Marseille. 3.5 to 4 to Mighty Sunny. Then Mob Star. Galloping on the back of Mob Star was Yogi Johnson. Lead time at 49.1. And back in the field then to Sun Over. They turn off the back and work the showgrounds turn. Carwado Spur, Richard Brosnan by 2.5. From Amy's Invasion, nestled in for the beautiful run in the trail, Bert Munro third as they run in single file. Then Spud Murphy, Star Monarch in midfield for David Butcher, followed by Marseille and the Magic Man Morris McHenry. Then Mighty Sunny and a Mob Star, and 4 or 5 lengths away Yogi Johnson. The opening quarter, 32.5 in the Tony and Dan Parker trot as they work through the lane. Carwado Spur away still by 2. Amy's Invasion. Spud Murphy away from the markers to Sid Park, giving Star Monarch 1-1 cover. Bert Munro 3 back on the inside at the bell. Then Marseille, Mighty Sunny and Mob Star, and 4 lengths to Yogi Johnson stables corner. Carwado Spur by a length. Up over on the outside, Spud Murphy inching closer around Amy's Invasion. Star Monarch getting a lovely drag into the race. 1-1 around Bert Munro. Then Marseille, Mighty Sunny, and still back last now of the winning chances, Mob Star, 31 and 4 the second quarter. Through the back go the Square Gators and Carwado Spur a length. Up on the outside, Spud Murphy. Amy's Invasion trailing. Here's Mob Star. He's taking off from the back now. Star Monarch 1-1, then Bert Munro, Marseille, Mighty Sunny's galloped. 500 to go. Carwado Spur about to be monstered now by Mob Star. Up on the outside, Jimmy Stormont with the favourite up onto the scene. 400 to go. Quarter down the back and 29.5. Then Amy's Invasion, Marseille getting around a weakening Spud Murphy, Bert Munro and Star Monarch homeward bound. Carwado Spur, Mob Star Star. He wobbled around the final corner, Mob Star. He balances up again. Then Amy's Invasion. Star Monarch down the outside. Mob Star to Kawato Spur. Amy's Invasion. Look at Star Monarch open up strongly out wide. Here's another very good go. This time we got three of them across the track. Star Monarch's in. Star Monarch will beat Amy's Invasion. Kawato Spur goes down. Slender Margins third, then Mob Star. Marcel, Bert Munro and Spud Murphy. Mighty Sonny cost himself a chance with a gallop through the back. Sunover was back, as to Yogi Johnson, 252.1. Homan, 29.4. Star Monarch, David Butcher, gets the job done nicely here. The Monarchy gelding. And he's feeling right inside Star Monarch. He's a really good tryer. And he got a lovely drag into the race. And the 1-1, and when he's been released in the home straight by DJB, he's opened up nicely. Revel Douglas, the trainer. Amy's Invasion will pick up second through on the passing line under Kawato Spur, who boxes on bravely. Mob Star got up to the lead at the 400, just wobbled around the final corner, and he's battled on well, but fourth will be his lot in the Tony and Dan Parker
Official placings, race 3, the Tony and Ann Parker Trot. 731 1185. 731 1185. Horse 7, Star Monarch, trotted the 2200 metres from a stand in 252.18. It's a mile rate of 25.9. Last 859, the 429.4. The margins, a half length, a head, 3/4 of a length. 731 1185. Race 3, the Tony and Ann Parker Trot.
Yeah, nice win by Star Monarch. Good to see him doing everything right today. The Monarchy 5-year-old bay gelding out of Starkist, raced by breeder R.N. Keldo, along with Mrs. B. Keldo and Paulette Green too in the ownership of Star Monarch. Paulette successful with her nice trotter Regal Petite in the Northern Breeders' Stakes on Friday night. David Butcher doing the driving for Pukekohe trainer Revel Douglas back at the head of the field. Tony and Dan Parker down there, part of the victory celebrations, along with Franklin Parks. Rodney Stewart. 3, Amy's Invasion for second. Umbro Invasion, Bonspiel Amy Brown, 9-year-old mare for the estate of Mrs. K.A. Falconer. Matthias Amarson trained at Pukekohe, and Simon Lawson. And in for third was number 1, Kawato Spur, boxing on bravely. Pegasus Spur, Kawato Amber, 7-year-old bay gelding, raced by Mrs. C.M. Livingstone, along with B.R. O'Brien. Richard Brosnan, the trainer-driver from Ardmore. 7 Star Monarch will return $9.20 and $2.50, $9.20 and $2.50. 3 Amy's Invasion at $2.80, $2.80. And 1 Kawato Spur, $1.70, $1.70. Quinella, $58.58. Trifecta, $384.60, $384.60. And the first 4, $1,814, $1,814, with a carry forward of $925 through to race 4. The early treble, 8, 5 and 7, $811.20, $811.20. Race 4, EIF International Limited Mobile Pace, 2,200 metres. We open another treble on the 4th on the program. You can scratch number 1, El Caesar. And the treble pool currently approaching $2,000. The 4th on the program. Time to go at 16 minutes to 4 o'clock.
right up to 5:45. And that placing last week was over the 4:57, so it has certainly progressed up a distance in the last couple of weeks, has Bound to Erupt. And it's certainly got the quality to test the favourite Miss Valiant and the 4 Subterfuge. Johnny Allen here. This greyhound's come solid the last month or so, and a good second behind Elwood Sensation at the last meeting after setting them up a merry dance. Only went 33.44 that day, so probably lacks the brilliance and speed to really win a race like this, but could possibly be right in the fight if problems happen to the 8, like it runs wide or something to the first corner, which can happen, but that's probably the only way of a dog can get beat the 8 Miss Valiant. 8, 3, 6 and 4 for me here. And as we look towards others in the race, Gold Star Junior off the inside. He's only won 2 from 52, but he's a first 4 hope. He did run 4th in that Jemima T Miss Valiant race last Friday at Addington. Thursday it was, I think. Was it Thursday? Friday? Might have been Friday. Maybe What off box number 2. Picked up its maiden win a couple of weeks ago at Addington and then finished 5th first up in the grade. That was over the sprint trip, so again Malcolm Grant stepping one up to the extreme middle distance trip, the 5:45. And Hyper Paradise, greyhound that's been around here quite a few times and finished 5th here at the last meeting and has since run a couple of placings and actually ran 3rd in that Miss Valiant Jemima T race, so maybe it's one for odds number 7 to run in the first 4. As I said in my preview, if I was taking a quaddie, I would have taken, if I had plenty to spend, I would have taken the field because they've all got a hope here. The 8 runners and Miss Valiant $1.70. Not for me, but can still win the race. 2 minutes out from the first at Kyneton as well, and so we'll be heading there straight off the back of this race. We're about a minute over start time. So the Brian Badley driver licensing stakes over 545 metres for greyhounds about to be boxed away. Favourite is Miss Valiant, $1.70, $1.10. Second favourite is Tracy, $6.40, $1.80. $7.90, $1.90 Gold Star Junior off the inside. So we're very late. Not sure why we're not boxing. This is the 3rd leg of early quaddie. Now they get the all clear to box. Up they go. Gold Star Junior, Tracy, Gold Star Rosie and Hyper Paradise. Be followed up by Maybe What, Subterfuge, Bound to Erupt and Miss Valiant to the outside. Starter Steve Devlin about to let them fly. Still smarting from their loss at the bowls last week. Or their win, I should say. The loss for the judge. Ready? And racing off the inside, Gold Star Junior jumps out pretty well, coming forward as Bound to Erupt. Here's the favourite, Miss Valiant, around the outside, quickly to the first corner, out a bit wide though, and hunting through on its inside is Bound to Erupt to lead. Miss Valiant second, 2 to 3 back Gold Star Junior. Then came Subterfuge, Hyper Paradise, a gap in the race into Gold Star Rosie. Further back Maybe What and Tracy across the top. Still in front and kicking strongly, Bound to Erupt. Miss Valiant's 2 lengths away but coming strongly. Further back Gold Star Junior. In front Bound to Erupt. Miss Valiant down the outside, won't get Bound to Erupt. Bound to Erupt beats Gold Star Junior, Miss Valiant. Then we go to back on crossing, Hyper Paradise, Subterfuge. Further back there, Tracy, Gold Star Rosie, tailed off Maybe What. Well, we've got a result. Bound to Erupt, number 6. 15.60 and 2.50. Gold Star Rosie second, Gold Star Junior second, and knocking right up was Miss Valiant, who had every show. Well, if you took the quaddie, you're probably thinking I'm a bit silly taking 4 in a race with a $1.70 shot, but at least we've got a result. 6 will get it, Bound to Erupt. Beats the 1 and the 8. Back to you, Steve, for the first at Kyneton.
Lord Blevick away nicely, and so too in the middle was Nullarbor Cruiser as they come to greet the judge. Just George back running 4th on the outside of D-La Revenge, then a length and a half away then to Travelling Wilbury, who's travelling a little bit deep out of the straight. He's around Boiled Egg. They're followed next on the inside as they go into the back now by Nullarbor Cruiser, who's drifting back, and last of all is Bardell. So travelling into the back straight, and Money Can't Buy Me Love, the Zabeel first starter for the McLean brothers, had gone through to keep out Marmalada, who's on the outside running second. In third placing was Lord Blevick, and D-La Revenge was tucked away on the inside. Next in the race then as they travel into the back was Just George, and Travelling Wilbury is travelling up out deep. They're followed next along the inside by Nullarbor Cruiser. Boiled Egg is second last, and Bardell is the last one. They're going Going down the back, it's the Highweight Maiden for the jumps jockeys, which go over the up and overs next Tuesday at Ballarat on the 10th of March. It'll be all happening there. Front runner here, Money Can't Buy Me Love, and it's not getting all that much peace. Marmalada on the outside is joining it, Lord Blevick, and now Money Can't Buy Me Love gets off the bridle. It might be gone already. It's dropping out of the race, Money Can't Buy Me Love. It wasn't the right money, obviously. He's going to run Stone Motherless last. At the 600, he's last already. Lord Blevick travelled to the lead. Marmalada in second. Just George in third. Boiled Egg comes to the outside and makes ground around D-La Revenge. Then followed by Travelling Wilbury and Nullarbor Cruiser and Bardell, and Money Can't Buy Me Love. Something's amiss. He will not finish. They round the home turn, and Lord Blevick at any old odds went for home 2 lengths in front. Boiled Egg, possibly the only danger. Then Just George, although D-La Revenge is getting out. Lord Blevick with 100 metres to go, 2 lengths in front. Here comes Boiled Egg and D-La Revenge. Lord Blevick still a length. Boiled Egg is coming. So is D-La Revenge, but Lord Blevick fights off all the challengers and wins the opener at Kyneton by neck to Boiled Egg. D-La Revenge third. Bardell, I think, fourth, just over Just George. Then followed by Nullarbor Cruiser, Travelling Wilbury. Marmalada knocked up. And, well, he's gone across the line, but it's arguably whether he'll get a finish for that performance or not. Money Can't Buy Me Love. Your tickets are confetti.
Lord Blevick, good entree for the Adelaide sales next week by Blevick, Lord Blevick. What about Boiled Egg? Hey, why would you call your horse Boiled Egg? You know? It's had 4 starts there for a couple of placings, so at least I suppose it's done something. And Money Can't Buy Me Love. Gee, there's something got to be amiss there. It dropped out 600 metres from home. Less than a minute out. Schmeichel's favourite, is it? Anyway, it's grade 5 today. It's drawn out in box number 1. They like it. Did win last time out. Or 2 starts ago, should I say, at Hobart. 2 starts ago. Last start was also at Hobart. And coming here today to running this grade 5, $1.20. Gee, it's short, $1.10 money back showing on my screen here. It'll run a very short price favourite. They have him back. Well, the only one else they back is Calispiel, dog number 8, drawn out wide. So it'll be between the 1 and the 8, the inside and the outside boxes. Menangle, Adore Me. How good's that? 147 and change, the fastest mare in the world. How things have changed, you know. They give black type in the standardbred races to horses that have broken 2 minutes. That's got to change now, given that the times they're running, everything will carry black type, so it makes a bit of a mockery of it, I would have thought. Maybe that is going to change. But they're getting sub 155s, and now 147 for Adore Me. Just simply stunning. 147 and change. Righto, let's get to Devonport. A bit of support late for the 5. There's been a bit of support for the 5 here, people. Keep an eye on it. Let's find out how it pans out. We're over start time off the back of this with Menangle.
34 and 34. And number 8, Carly Spell at 380 and 460. So Spickle is the short-priced favourite. Has the form to win the race. It's won 5 out of 16 with 6 placings. Has early speed. Comes up with a red box. It's ticked a few boxes. Let's see if it can tick the winner's box. We'll soon find out. They're all set for a start. 3rd race. Short-priced favourite drawn the red. Spickles, they're ready and racing. Well, it dwelt today. Beat 6 of them out, but not Lake Hylia, who landed 3 clear. Spickles quickly out after the leader. 2 away was Carly Spell up to 3rd as the favourite got the gun run through along the fence. Arnhem Rogue was next. Wider out was Aero Hound, and all with it there was a Red Oak. 2 away in the field, Benzema and Dungarvan. Smickles leads by 3 at the top of the stretch. Carly Spell is coming out after it. Smickles holding on. Smickles won at 3/4 of a length. Carly Spell, Arnhem Rogue, Lake Hylia. A gap in the field to Red Oak. And behind those runners then we had Aero Hound, who was back with the tailenders with Benzema.
Good run, the 8, but just ran into one better, the 1. The 1, 8, 3 and 5. 1, 8, 3 and 5. There we are, standing start. It's a trot event there at Sydney. Menangle, home of the Indodoms. Gee, what about Adore Me? How good was that? I wonder if they're still talking about it over there in Menangle. Look at those boys holding the tapes out. That's the sort of job I could do. Hourly rate, bit like they're lollipop blokes. Righto, RB favourite, 241.45, or joint favourite along with 6, officially 4th. Well, that's a great name for a horse as well, isn't it? Better than Boiled Egg, though, to be fair. Officially 4th, 241.45. Righto, let's get on track. Is it Fred Hastings there at Menangle? Trying to think. We'll get it sorted out for you. We'll find out shortly anyway from the dulcet tones. Nobody there just at the moment, so at the moment I'll be calling this. Maximiser, 652.65. RB, or R-Boy, should I say, Arbo, by Love You, having its first start. So where there is smoke, there is fire. Let's get Otago out of the way, 6, 1, 8 and 7. 15.62.50, we're still live in the quaddie, people. How's that? 2.10 the 1 and 8. Miss Valley in, just likes following other greyhounds, 120. Quinella 1 and 6, $31. Trifecta 618, 278.40, and there's the first 4 on the fourth. 6187, $1,807.10, $1,807.10. Completed double, 1670 and 520. Numbers 7 and 6, 7 and 1. Yes, we're still alive. He found it, people. Jason Tees went outside the square and he's still alive. Kyneton 3, 2, 7 and 1 there, 22.94.70, 140 boiled egg, 150 the third. The Quinella 2 and 3, 46.90, trifecta 3, 2, 7, 3, 434.60, and the first 4, 3, 2, 7 and 1, $8,453.60. All right, tapes are up. Surely there's a caller there now.
Tapes release and they're off. Well, Arbo stood there flat-footed when the starter let them go. In contrast, Kip Keno got a flyer, is trying to get underneath Maximiser, who led initially, and Maximiser will be able to hold Kip Keno. On the outside, Swish By was up in the air. Further back in the race, then on settling down is Majestic Whiz, and Arbo getting going now. Further back in the race is officially fourth, and then Hell of a Hanover, and Swish By is not on his best behaviour today. He's going to tail out about 15 lengths away at the back end of the field. So as they run down the side on the first occasion, and the leader is Maximiser, clear by a length or so. In second spot up on the outside is Majestic Whiz, and Kip Keno buried away on the inside, and now Arbo's coming up out 3 horses wide. Officially fourth was next. Hell of a Hanover made a mistake at that juncture and has dropped out about 10 or 15 away, is down and trotting now and about 6 lengths away, although it galloped again on that turn, and now Swish By is going to get past it. So as they come into the straight now and head down towards the mile pole, and the leader is Maximiser with Arbo going up on the outside to park second, Kip Keno third, Majestic Whiz, the real despised outsider, 130 to 1 on the tote, is sitting back in fourth spot, and it's tagged by the stablemate officially fourth, who's having a nice card into the race, and the other pair, well, they're just making mistakes and dropping right out of it here. Hell of a Hanover's down and trotting again, and Swish By, who was going to get past it at one point, made a break as well, and it's last. 56.3 was the lead time as the field go inside the 1,200 metres and doing everything right up front. It's Maximiser, the leader. In second spot, a length away, is Arbo, and in third posse, Kip Keno. Next of all came into the 1 by 1 now. We've got officially fourth. It gets past Majestic Whiz, about 25 lengths away, then to Hell of a Hanover, and about 10 lengths away to Swish By. They run down the back straight now. 30.1 was the first split of the last mile. It's Maximiser leading. Arbo gets to within a half length now, a neck. Third is Kip Keno, and then officially fourth, and that's pretty much your race because that quartet have got about 6 in front already now from Majestic Whiz, and forget the other pair. They run down towards the 700, 30 seconds the split, 60 and 1 1/2, and the leader held together is Maximiser. Shows the way by 3 parts on Arbo. Kip Keno hasn't really spent a penny on the inside, and nor either has officially fourth, and they're about 12 in front now of Majestic Whiz. To the home turn they travel. Maximiser's the one they've got to cut down. Arbo's punched the breeze the bulk of the trip, sits second. Third, Kip Keno 2 away, and officially fourth is trying to run on as they swing in for home. 28.7 the third quarter. Maximiser led, but Arbo's in hot pursuit now on the outside. Officially fourth was trying to wind up, and Kip Keno's inside of it, but Arbo now has quickly levelled up on the outside, and this debutant has quickly surged to the lead. Oh, Arbo's put up 3, 4 in front now. Maximiser stays on for second, then officially fourth, followed by Kip Keno. But this is impressive. Arbo was very tardily away and had to sit in the breeze, but has won it by about 7 lengths at the end. Arbo has beaten Maximiser, third home officially fourth, and then Kip Keno about 15 away then to Majestic with similar margin Swish By, who managed to get past Hell of a Hanover last. 27.9 last quarter. 2.1.1 was the mile rating.
That was always going to win, wasn't it? Drove with confidence, just put the horse and just kept running. By Love You, what a trotting sire he is. Opawa Venus joint on Oda's favourite, 361.60. No Chairs, 381.60. These are the bookmakers' odds, as you can see, not even $1,000 yet. Token Muscles, $4.160, box 5, and Gossip Queen, 7s and 195. They are the 4 dogs in single figures. Less than 4 minutes out, we've got plenty of time. Let's take this opportunity of having a look at Opawa Venus. Here's the third at Invercargill.
Sailor's Collar was set to go. Money closing, racing, rocketing out was No Bro straight to the top, but straight past it goes Opawa Venus on the outside. And behind those then to Rockwood Archie, and over the outside then to Expect Delay's got a bit to do. Back behind it to Zulu Bro, Sailor's Collar, and next is last. Homeward bound Opawa Venus. Coming after it now was Rockwood Archie on the outside, and Expect Delay is starting to swamp them down the outside. He's got there. Expect Delay, then we got photos with Rockwood Archie and Opawa Venus together. Right behind those, a gap to...
Yeah, you see, you'd say, oh, that was disappointing. But the fact it was over 390 metres, people. It's back to 310. Had that race been over 310, clearly it would have won. That's why you got to like it, the two. It's going to be a great sight. Might tire late, but this is over 310, not 390, which is the furthest sprint distance in the country. I learnt that. You know, that was in the days when I thought Manawatu did 375, but no, 390 is. See? Never stop learning in this game. 183 and 4, 1835, should I say, 1835 across the line. 140, 120, this is Devonport, 130, the first two favourites, 1 and 2. 3, Aham Rouge at 220. Quinella was 220 as well, the trifecta $18 in the first 4, 1835. On the third from Devonport, $39.60. $39.60. Righto, dogs are heading out onto the track. We've had a look at the 3. Can tell you, those of you that managed to follow Jason Tees, you'll be pleased to know you've got 5, 6 and 8 running here. 5, 6 and 8. Answer me this, Jason. You left out the 2.
I did, Steve. I did, but you can't take them all. Slow trap up. Money, just take your chances, and that's the only risk I think. Is the 2, but well, we've got the 5, 6, and the 8, and as long as one of those win, we turn a profit. So I guess it'll be nice, because I thought this quaddie was a bit of a nightmare, and good to see a roughie get up in lead number 3, because I did expect it. So we've got the favourite on the Token Muscles, number 5, which I really like, and. It's had only of the 5 runs. First run up was first start back from about 2 months off, so expect it to be much improved today, and I think it can win the race. 8 No Cheers, 8 starts, 5 placings and a win. 4th here at the last meeting behind Cherry Crusher. That was a pretty good C1 field that day, much stronger than this today, so that's why I think No Cheers is a big hope. The 6 Bolton Archie, when we saw it last, it ran second to Corborn Pirate in a... maiden sprint running out nominations. Has since run 2 fourths in C1s, and at number 1 Gossip Queen off the inside was a bit of a roughie, I thought, but it's pretty short still. $7, $5 the tote, and a little bit in and out, but is much better than what that form reads. Is from Ashley Bradshaw's kennel, and her dogs don't generally not win for a while, so yeah, it's got a hope. 1, 3, 6 and 5, that result flew from the Sydney Harness on the first of the day there, racing coming thick and fast now on a Tuesday. Yes, Opawa Venus, pretty short. It's been 1 from 10, and yeah, not for me, but good luck to you if you're on. The 3 Rattlesnake Jake, Rosemary Blackburn trains, hard to follow. Did get its maiden win 2 starts ago, and then disappointed first go, in fact in the final of that, so moves to C1, so a little bit short for me. Castle Eden, well, couldn't have it, can't have it, should be paying 57, and Luminary, number 7, was the other one I left out. Got checked the other day at Addington, a couple of weeks ago now, third to Ahoka Faith prior to that. So sprint feature, 310 metres, race 5 on the program. Went 8, 5, 6 and 1. Gee, favourites come in more. Opawa Venus, $2.80, money back. Interesting times. Right, not too far away. Of course, the next quaddie is race 9, underway at 4:47 and begins 4 very good races here at Forbury Park, including that graduation final. So up they go. Sprint feature, Gossip Queen, Rattlesnake Jake, Token Muscles, Luminary. Opala Venus, Castle Eden, Bolt Nachi and No Cheers will box up to the outside. Favourite Opala Venus, the 2, 3, $1.10 set. And racing Opala Venus comes out running along there with Castle Eden, trying to push Painters. Gossip Queen wider out on the track as No Cheers trying to get around the outside. Bit of a check there for Castle Eden, goes back to last and back with it. Rattlesnake Jake Token Muscles on the corner. Opala Venus travelling pretty well. No Cheers out after it down the outside. Opala Venus, No Cheers coming, gets it. No Cheers beats out Opala Venus. Then we go to Gossip Queen. Back in the race, Bolt Nachi, Luminary. Further back then, Castle Eden, Token Muscles and Rattlesnake Jake. The 8, No Cheers, will get it. And Quaddy pays $217.60, so we get a bit back. We double our money. Heart in the mouth stuff when Opala Venus jumped like that, but No Cheers, good strong sprint up. And Opala Venus just struggles out to see the end of her sprint trips and has been nailed by the 8 round the outside, No Cheers. Gap in the race into Gossip Queen, who's got a nice race. First up on the track today, but as they swing for home, Opala Venus had them in trouble, but look at No Cheers really get home, and that'll get over the top and win race 5 from 2 Opala Venus, 1 Gossip Queen, and 6 Bolt Nachi, the next of them in. Result coming through from Judge Kevin Brosnan before we head back to Steve. 8, 2, 1, 6, 7, 4, 5, 3. A half length, 3.5 lengths, a length and a quarter, 18.79 the time. There's race 5, Steve. Good result with the quaddie wise. We're back for race 6 at 3.53.
Yeah, builds the bank as we suggested it would, going into the second quaddie. Well done, Junior, anchoring number 1 in race number 9. You see, I wrote them all down. I took note. OK, Lucky Cash, 281.30, 251.30 is the favourite. We're almost at start time. Meeting code for race number 2, the Scone Equine Hospital Maiden. Let's get on track. Big field.
Local Hero and Eagling to come up. And they're about to take their spot in the stalls. Lucky Cash drawn well in barrier 2. We'll run the favourite at $3.20. Kimahemaha $5.70. One Cat Wonder drawn in barrier 1, $6.50. Second race of the day, over 1,000 metres. Eagling moving in, and Local Hero to be the last. Last one coming up, Scone Equine Hospital Handicap for the maidens, race 2. Thousand metres, set to go. Light on. Racing. Lucky Cash only left fair from barrier 2, was certainly in the back half of the field at the jump. Structural Damage left fast with Eagling, and going forward as Local Hero, and they're outside. One Cat Wonders driving right through on their inside to go and take the lead now. Kemahema settles down in 5th position, then followed by Nyoko. Lucky Cash has got up to about 6th, 7th on settling down, then Lemming. Juju Man had a steady off heels, then Presto Ford. Global Reaction 4th to last, then Lady Fontaine, Handsome Boy, and last of all, Truly Ours. Now around the corner, One Cat Wonder's gone through to take the lead from Kemahemaha. 3 out, Structural Damage. Lucky Cash has run up behind the leader 4th. Then followed Juju Man trying to run on. Nyoko's next, and out deeper is Lucky Hero with Lemming. At the 200 metres mark, Structural Damage has taken the lead. Juju Man's out after it, and Lucky Cash back to the inside. Structural Damage joined by Juju Man. They're going to the line together. This will be close. Oh, real head bobber this. Juju Man the outside, or Structural Damage, maybe the outside Juju Man narrowly. Third in will rest between Local Hero and Lucky Cash. Then Nyoko, Lady Fontaine, and Lemming behind those. Global Reaction, Kemahemaha. Presto Fort, One Cat Wonder, and then Truly Yours, Handsome Boy, and Eagling. Photo finish.
Wow, initially I thought the 10 had it, but then watching the slow-mo as the inside got it. We'll wait for confirmation. As you can see, 3.5 minutes out. Time doesn't stop though. We've got to move. We've got to keep going. We're up to race number 4, the EIF International Limited Mobile Pace, 2,200 metres. 6 over the 10, the inside holding up the 10 on the outside. 6 to beat 10, we're getting word through. 6 to beat 10. Zach Butcher, local hero, taking out the third. We'll have that confirmed for you very shortly, but as you can see, well, we've got a wide open affair here, almost a $5 favourite with the bookmakers, certainly $5 on the tote. Let's get to Aaron White, 3 minutes out, and if you thought the previous one was easy, this looks particularly hard.
Yeah, it's a wide open affair. I did go the way of Sirius Star. I think his chances increased too with the scratching of El Caesar bringing Tallow into barrier 1. Tallow's got enough gate speed to hold up here. Sirius Star, a son of Art Major, certainly can get this. Race by Reg Keldo, won the previous. He's bred Sirius Star here too. Peter Bolt's in the ownership here. His wonderful filly, the Orange Agent, took the Oaks on Friday night. Rex Dawkins and Stephen Reid in the ownership. Reid McMullen trained, Stephen doing the driving, so the co-owner out there doing the driving, $5.20, $1.80. I think Sirius Star is going to be a major player here. 2 Tallow with the aid of a nice draw. He's in a nice price, 2.11 and 2.80, good each way around Tallow. 10 Sky Art, much improved when 5th at Cambridge and behind Commander Chapel last time, Zach Butcher, Barry Purdon. And 6 Trial by Jury was good at Avondale when beaten 3 lengths by Soul Man. Was placed out on the grass 3 starts ago also, and behind Elisa Vita, who's gone on and won the Grass Track Series bonus, Elisa Vita. So bit of form on the grass around Trial by Jury, and certainly have it safe in the combination bets here too. 9-2. 10 and 6, nice story around Peter Bolt's win in the Oaks on Friday night there too, Steve. He's been breeding horses for, I'd say the best part of 40 years. He was a breeder of Race Ruler who won a Triple Crown many years ago. That'll be about 25 years ago, I'd say. Won the Addington Triple Crown, including the New Zealand Derby, where I know Peter got a nice bonus as being the breeder of Race Ruler there. So he's been breeding horses for many, many years. Got his first Group 1 victory on Friday night with the Orange Agent. And I must say too that the first standard bred that my dad owned too was in partnership with Peter Bolt back in the late 80s, so there's a wee bit of a connection there too. So congratulations to Pete getting his first Group 1 victory on Friday night, and let's hope it can continue here with Sirius Star in the 4th today. 9-2, 10 and 6 for me, Steve.
All right, yes, that's why you've got to relish those Group 1 victories. They are just so hard to get. There are many people go through that. It's a bit like a hole-in-one in golf, almost. They're just so rare. When you get one, relish it, enjoy it. I mean, just a victory could be the way to go. Sirius Star, that's the one that our man liked. It's $5.180. You're getting good value. Here's the Otago result. Meeting code 9, race 5. This is where we got the quaddie people. 8, 2, 1 and 6. 450, 180, 140, 170. Quinella, 710. Trifecta, 8, 2, 1. $57.80. First 4, 8, 2, 1, 6. $203.80. And here's the one, people. Here it is. Scroll it up, people. Let's have it flashing. 2, 7, 6 and 8. The last 2 legs with the key. $217.60. Stand up. Wave to the crowd, Jason Tees. He got it, people. He got it. $217.60. All mobiles underway. Let's head back to our man Aaron White. Good size field, even go, but he does like the 9. And if he likes it, it pays to follow.
Thanks, Steve. And Mr. Wunderbar's galloped in the score up here, putting on a right royal show. Sirius Star and Sky Art had to negotiate a path around Mr. Wunderbar. They've done that, so it's just a matter if Sirius Star can get himself up into his rightful spot before the mobile gets around to the 2200. They're 200 metres away from a start. Mr. Wunderbar's back into his hobbles. He'll probably not be able to get to his rightful spot, Mr. Wunderbar, on the front line, so he'll have to start off an unruly draw after that gallop in the score up. So they work into the lane. That's the EIF International Limited Mobile. Green light flashes. Tullow comes out nicely with Trial by Jury and GJ Sealstar. The debutante in full flight makes a good beginning from the second row. They're followed by General Tim and the Tracker. Then Sirius Star. They're followed by Sky Art. Between those runners was Charlie Harper as they turn onto the stables corner. Back in the field is Kingston, followed by Living Blue Chip RJ Bopper. And after blowing the score up, Mr. Wunderbar detached by 3 lengths. Out to the 1800 metres they work, and Trial by Jury and the Wizard Todd Mitchell around to lead. GJ Sealstar in full flight, coming forward up on the outside. Joshua Dickey wants a play for the lead, and through the back will find it off Trial by Jury. They're followed then by General Tim around Tullow, then Sky Art. 3 lengths Sirius Stars away from the markers. RJ Bopper making ground on the inside. 2 lengths Charlie Harper, the Tracker, living by chance Mr. Wunderbar. And back last Kingston. Lead time 42. 32.6 as they sweep across the showgrounds turn and a galloper RJ Bopper, and that's interfered with Charlie Harper and also the tracker. Getting a bit of that was Living by Chance out the back, or Living Blue Chip, I should say, out the back. So they come to the corner in full flight, leads General Tim and Trial by Jury in the trail. 1-1 Sky Art. GJ Seals to 3 back on the inside of Sirius Star in the running line. Tracked up by Tullo, then Mr. Wunderbar, Living Blue Chip, 4 lengths away in the field, then to Charlie Harper, and followed by Kingston, the tracker, and RJ Bopper last, 31 and 9 the quarter. A circuit to go, and the debutant by Pan's Pacific Flight in full flight leads a length. General Tim, Trial by Jury trailing, and Sky Arts had a lovely 1-1 cover. Back on the inside, GJ Seals to then Sirius Star, Mr. Wunderbar and Tullo. Living Blue Chip the next, and 4 lengths away Charlie Harper, followed by Kingston and the tracker, the last of the winning chances, 31 and 6 the second quarter. EIF International Limited pace, and in full flight through the back over General Tim, and Trial by Jury waiting the passing lane. Sky Art about to be stoked up out of the 1-1, then GJ Seals to Sirius Star waiting for the moves of Sky Art as Living Blue Chip comes up out 3 wide. Then Mr. Wunderbar and Tullo off the back, they come in full flight. A length and a half Trial by Jury. General Tim struggling now as Sky Art makes his run. Sirius Star to track him into the race, then GJ Seals to Tullo's running on. Now in full flight, he's wobbled around the final corner. Trial by Jury gets up the inside. Sky Art hampered by in full flight for a stride there. Then GJ Sealster and Sirius Star down the outside. It's Trial by Jury. Sky Art closing in, and GJ Sealster passing lane. Trial by Jury, 50 to go. Sky Art tries very hard, but Trial by Jury and the Wizard too good. Second over was Sky Art. They were followed by GJ Sealster for third. Then Sirius Star in full flight will take plenty of benefit out of today's debut. Wobbled around that final quarter. Further back in the field then was General Tim. They were followed by Tullo. Back in the field was Kingston, Mr. Wunderbar, Charlie Harper, Living Blue Chip. The tracker was hampered with the gallop of RJ Bopper at the 1400 to be last, 244.8, home and 28.8. Trial by Jury, a son of El Sue. Gareth Dixon, the trainer. Was it Todd Mitchell? Nice drive. Got him off the gate, then secured the trail behind in full flight. When in full flight went Bush around the final corner. Trial by Jury got through on the inside and fights off the challenge of Sky Art. GJ Sealster, another good run by him, will secure third, and Sirius Star will also benefit from today's fresh run for fourth, Stephen Reid.
Official placings race 4, the EIF International Limited Mobile Pace. 6, 10, 4, 9, 11, 13. 6, 10, 4, 9, 11, 13. Horse 6, Trial by Jury, paced the 2200 metres in 2:44.89. Mile rate of 2 minutes, 0.6. Last 858.7, the 428.8. The margins, 3/4 of a length, 2 3/4 lengths, a half length. 6, 10, 4, 9, 11, 13, race 4, the EIF International Limited Mobile Pace.
First photo on the wall for a Trial by Jury, raced by Pete Chamberlain and Mrs. CJ Chamberlain. Congratulations to you, win 11 and victory number 1 for your El Sue Black 4-year-old gelding at a final verdict, bred by R.P. Broman. Gareth Dixon, the preparer at Pukekohe, and Todd the Wizard Mitchell back at the head of the field. Lovely drive too to secure the EIF International Limited Mobile Pace. Angela Purden down there, part of the victory celebrations for EIF International, and Pat Gubb there is a steward of the Franklin Park team. 10 Sky Art for second. Art Major Sky Beauty, 3-year-old bay gelding, raced by B.A. and Mrs. H.A. Hedger along with G.C. Sweeney. Barry Purden trained at Clevedon, Zach Butcher. And for GJ Sealster, puts in another good effort today. The Falcon Sealster, 6-year-old bay gelding out of Rollover Babe. For a J and Mrs. Ellie Brownlee. Ivel Brownlee trained at Pocono. And Ivel doing the driving. 6 trial by jury. Returns 760 and 250, 760, 250. 10 Sky Art $2.20, 220. And 4 GJ Sealster $4.10, 410. Quinella 25.30, 25.30. Trifecta $564.90, $564.90. First four $3,867.30, $3,867.30, $1,198. Jackpotting through to the first four in race 5. Doubles 7 and 6, $92.10, $92.10. 7 and 10 concession, $21.20, $21.20. Pegasus per handicap trot, 2,700 metres to open a double, and also the place 6 competition today is race 5. There are no scratchings, and we race at 20 after 4.
And should be winning this one, dog number 3. 5 Smash Easy, downgraded to C2 and got back to form with that run 2 weeks ago in second to Jasper Harker. Has won here on the course before 2 Smash Easy. Would need a bit of luck, drawn the squeeze box, but Smash Easy, the way it jumped last time, it should be right on the race. The one off the inside, Glenna's Goodsey. 4 starts ago, it did win here. That was a non-tote affair, but not a bad non-tote that day either. Gee, if anything, that C1 non-tote we had before the meeting was stronger than this race, which is a little bit interesting, but that's indeed what happens sometimes with the selection criteria and all that sort of stuff. So Dennis Goodsy's a hope off the rail in the 8 Fancy Kiwi. Last time he was here, he tried to take the corner a bit early and smashed into the rail, so drawn out wide should suit him a bit better today. So up they go, the Brockle Banks. Glenna's Goodsey, Eccles, Smash Easy, Cherry Crusher, Millie's Boy, Homebush Bruno, Corporate Image and Fancy Kiwi to the outside. Green and white on Corporate Image, red, white and blue on the Millie's Boy. All set to go. Favourite, box 3, Eccles, ready. Racing coming out, running is Smash Easy, Homebush Bruno, and round the outside, Cherry Crushers going with them too. Back and behind them, Eccles now then came. Well back in the race, Millie's Boy, Corporate Image, Fancy Kiwi off the track. Last of all, Glenna's Goodsey. On the corner out wide is Cherry Crusher. Runs to the lead, Homebush Bruno. Cherry Crusher, Homebush Bruno maybe. Just over Cherry Crusher and Eccles right up there for third. They're followed across the line then by Millie's Boy and Smash Easy. Back in the race into Glenna's Goodsey, Fancy Kiwi, and the Corporate Image back amongst the tail enders. Pretty close. Gee, I thought the Crusher was going to do it again, but she may have been nailed by Homebush Bruno. It's pretty close. Good box speed from Homebush Bruno. Smash Easy was up there, and look at the Crusher around the outside. Cherry Crusher, she loves it here, and when she poured it on around the outside, I thought she was going to get there. Homebush Bruno's back to the rails and has given her a good old flick again. Cherry Crusher holding on. Homebush Bruno driving, and he'll get up and get the prize in race number 6, I fancy. I think we'll go with that. Confidence is the key here. 4, 7, 3 and 5 I'll go, and that's the way the judge will go too. Luckily, Steve, after race number 6, we're back for race 7 at 4:11.
All right, my thanks to you, Jason. We'll have that official for you shortly. In the meantime, less than a minute out. Let's get there as early as we can. There's the Stanaway colours. Anyway, very suave favourite. Let's get on track.
Them over the sticks next Tuesday. How quickly has it come around? Now Recriminate has gone up in the line. Very Suave's out to $4. All white being worn by Excitations for Jamie Mott. And the outside gate will be filled by Trinidadian, who's the Bryce Stanaway runner with the black cap. His stablemate Entirely Perfect has the white cap. Starter comes to his platform. And we're ready to go, and we're racing. And Mediano showed no speed at all off the inside, nor that excellent rhythm. And Very Suave's got the first job out of the way. He's found the top, but there is some pressure coming, however. Vingrond on the outside is going up to take him on. Excitations is 3 out as they greet the judge here with a lap to go. And easing back was Recriminate. Mediano recovering on the inside from Aeronautical Joe. Next in the field then was Excellent Rhythm on the rails. They've followed the Wolfpack and then the Stanaway stablemates. It's the second last Entirely Perfect in the white cap, and Trinidadian in the black cap was the last one. They're travelling into the back, and the Bins Direct Highweight Maiden and Very Suave, having found the top, is now being niggled at by Excitations, who'd gone to a half-length lead over Very Suave. He might even go and take it up. 2 lengths to Vingron, third. Fourth is Mediano on the inside, and fifth Recriminate on the outer. They were followed then by Aeronautical Joe. A length further back to Wolfpack, and behind him Excellent Rhythm, who's pulling a bit third last. Then Trinidadian, and Entirely Perfect is at the tail end of the field. So Excitations going down the back in the all-white colours of the club. Led out by a length on Very Suave, who came off the rails at the 800 metres. Vingron got left 3 deep again, and Recriminate's 4 deep again, and they're going. Then Wolfpack, who's getting a beautiful toe in. Aeronautical Joe ditto. Mediano phones the inside, and further back in the race too, Trinidadian, Excellent Rhythm, and the last one was Entirely Perfect. Well, they're going a long way from home here. Excitations is Gonzo. Very Suave, and now hitting the front, Vingrond on the outside. It's been made for a fresh one though. Wolfpack is working into it. Recriminates under the whip. Trinidadian's the widest runner, and then Excellent Rhythm on the home turn, and Vingrond is a half length in front. Very Suave trying to rally. Wolfpack is coming down the middle, and then Mediano. It's Wolfpack on the outside going to Vingrond. Very Suave, he's trying his heart out, but Wolfpack's got him. Wolfpack went to the lead over Very Suave. Mediano flies now with Trinidadian, but Wolfpack won the money by a length to either Mediano or Trinidadian, and Very Suave got cut out of a place. They're followed in by Entirely Perfect, and then Excellent Rhythm, followed next in the race then by Aeronautical Joe. Well, where's all these ones that fixed up Very Suave? There's Vingrond, he was back with Recriminate, and Excitations in the all-white was last.
All right, have that for you shortly. The Stanaway runners, he had a couple in there. Bryce Stanaway, remember the days going out to see his property. But anyway, we'll have that result for you shortly. As you can see, they're on the track for Devonport, meeting code 17, race number 5. And the favourite is Hell Yeah Skeeter. Hell Yeah Skeeter gets it 280, 220 as the favourite. Head of 6 Tricky Kid, 320, 180, and they now dominate proceedings. So it's 1 to beat 6 here in the 5th from Devonport. Let's get these results out of the way that have just come through for us. We might have Kyneton as well, but first up we've got Otago, and it was particularly close, wasn't in the end though, but here is that final result. Taken out by the 4, yes, holding on. There we are, 4, 720, 190, 7 Cherry Crusher, 250, and 3 Eccles, your favourite, 150. Cronulla was 41.90, trifecta 473, $383.10, and your first 4, 4735, $2,351.80. A few things finished here, the double and the treble. First for the double, races 5 and 6, number you require 8 and 4, $27, concession $10.30. And there's the treble, races 4, 5 and 6, 6, 8, 4, $478, $478 even. I remember the days we used to have 1 treble, 1 double. Now we've got quaddies, we've got trebles. Sensational for the small punter. Small punter getting every opportunity. Righto, Menangle coming up. Yes, the home of Adore Me, that's what they'll say. 147 and change. 147, the fastest mare in the world. Never thought I'd say that about someone down under racing. Anyway, 6 Edge Hill. Let's get to Devonport, Tasmania, and as you can see, we're at Devonport for race number 5.
Right. There's been good money for number 7, and that is Crystal Innings, currently $4 and $3.90. $4.50 about number 4, Marta. You can still get $10 at the moment on the totes. That's a nice over. And number 2, Codex, He's only had the 3 starts here for a win in the second, $6. Thanks, Mercedes. First leg of the quaddie about to get underway. The fancied trio are numbers 6, 7 and 4. In that order as far as the fixed odds are concerned. Tricky Kid, Crystal Innings and Marta. Codex heads the rest, number 2. It's been a real punter's day so far here at Devonport. Let's hope that trend can continue for the next 6 races, at least the next one. Just go one race at a time. Now they're all loaded here for the 5th. Tricky Kid, popular pick, out in box number 6. First leg of today's quadrilla. They're set and away. Getting out quickly was Rose Fern to lead. Crystal Innings up to second. On the inside, Codex. Tricky Kid up in the middle, trying to force its way through. Then we've got Hell Yeah Skeeter. Favourite lost a length at that point. Well back in the field. Then we had Marta. Guthrie as well back from Bonds. Cody Crystal Innings checked right out of it. Codex dashed up on the outside to join Rose Fern. Hell Yeah Skeeter is running on. Codex broke clear though. Codex wins again. Beats home Rose Fern, Hell Yeah Skeeter and the favourite Tricky Kid. Bonds Cody was out wide. Marta was next in. Then Guthrie and Crystal Innings with the tail enders. Number 2.
Okay, 2 to beat 5 across the line. A bit of a line-up for third. 2 beats 5 and 1, I would suggest. Yes, 2, 5, 1 and 6. 2, 5, 1 and 6 there, confirming. Right, Menangle's where we go. As you can see, another trotting race here at Menangle as we bring up this. It is the second. It's a handicap trot over 2,300 metres. Favourite is the 6, Edge Hill, just ahead of the 5, Astral Traveller. Astral Traveller looking to make it 3 in a row. Edge Hill, though, who's by great success, did win 2 starts ago at Menangle from the stand. Went round in a mobile last time, so no worries about it from behind the tapes. And Astral Traveller, his last win was at Menangle from a mobile and did win from the stand start before, so you can see why both are well supported. Okay, our caller should be there, I would imagine. Let's get on track off the back of this. We've got plenty of action to come. It'll be back to Otago and Jason Tees.
Monarchy number 2 got into $6 on the fixed odds from $8.50 or thereabouts. So about to line up here. Second of our trotters races for the afternoon. Polemark horse is Gregory R. Hasn't raced since October. Trialled okay. Romper's Monarchy out of the fire, finished unplaced last time out. Attendant coming in to lend assistance. It might be with out of the fire it is. Clary Stone on that 10 metre strand with Astral Traveller, who's been racing in very consistent form. Edge Hill, who placed last week behind our King of Cool, who's the back marker. It broke through last week, and now Punch Enchanter hasn't raced since December. Well, they form up now. We should be close to a start. Oh, Gregory just wanted to swing sidewards momentarily. Binskin trying to straighten it up. It does. It's keen to get on with it. The rest of them stand. Now the track is cleared. Gregory breasting the strand there. They're a bit toey, that front group. So Romper's Monarchy, they swing around again, waiting for Astral Traveller. So, gee, it's been a tough assignment to get this lot away. They face up again. Our King of Cool comes up to the 20 metre strand. The tapes release and they're off this time. And out of the fire, trotted away okay, and then wanted to go roughly. Up Punch Enchanter began brilliantly from the 10 metres, right around the outside, circles them and takes up the front running. Romper's Monarchy and Astral Traveller were into good spots early, and Gregory broke. Our King of Cool got a flyer from 20, followed by Clary Stone, Edge Hill. Then there's a gap off to out of the fire, and dropping right out of the fight now is Gregory. They sort their order out. and travel down the side. On the well-tried odds here, Rompers Monarchy went clear. Now going for a gallop is Astral Traveller, the favourite. Astral Traveller was galloping most uncharacteristically. Our King of Cool got to second, out Punch and Chanter third, and that trio are about 6 in front of Clary Stone, Edge Hill and Out of the Fire. Astral Traveller now consenting to trot, but has been passed by Gregory R. Not looking good if you're on the favourite as they come into the home lane now and head down towards the mile pole, and the leader is Rompers Monarchy. Our King of Cool, last week's winner, is sitting second. Third is Out Punch and Chanter, the roughie from Clary Stone, another of the bolters, and then came Edge Hill and Out of the Fire. The best part of 7 lengths away then to Gregory R, and a similar gap off to Astral Traveller. Our King of Cool has gone to the lead here, and the lead time was 55.4. It's Our King of Cool, came off the 20-metre back mark and leads out by a length and a half on Rompers Monarchy, happy to take the trail as they drop into Indian File. Third is Out Punch and Chanter, fourth is Clary Stone. Fifth into the back straight is Edge Hill, followed by Out of the Fire. Tacking on now is Gregory R, and it immediately goes up on the outside, one off the inner, and about 7 lengths away at the tail of the field as they work into the back as the heavily tried Astral Traveller. 30-4 was the first quarter, and the leader into the back straight is Our King of Cool. Given a steadier in front, leads out from Rompers Monarchy and Out Punch and Chanter, and Gregory R continues to surge around them. And then Clary Stone getting some cover into the race now is Out of the Fire, and that'll happen also for Edge Hill, who gets onto the back of Out of the Fire. And about 4 lengths away at the tail of the field is Astral Traveller. Second quarter, 30-8. 61-2 the half, and Our King of Cool joined by Gregory R. Rompers Monarchy works one off the inside, then Out Punch and Chanter, Out of the Fire, Edge Hill and Clary Stone, and 5 away at the tail of the field is Astral Traveller as they run down the side, and these two go stride for stride. Gregory R, if anything, just shading Our King of Cool, but Rompers Monarchy's right there. Then Out Punch and Chanter, and Edge Hill was coming up 3 deep. Out of the Fire yields ground, and then came Clary Stone to the home turn, and it's Our King of Cool being joined again by Gregory R. He's sitting there pretty on this one on its back there, Rompers Monarchy. Now it comes up 3 deep, and Edge Hill is trying to get home on the back of those. They swing in for home, third quarter, 29-1. Gregory R gets to Our King of Cool, Rompers Monarchy, and now Edge Hill is descending upon all of them right down the outside. They've got to Gregory R. Going to the lead is Edge Hill from Rompers Monarchy and Gregory R, but it's Edge Hill starting to forge away, and Edge Hill comes on with the job to beat Rompers Monarchy. Third home, Gregory R. Fourth up in the race was Our King of Cool, then Clary Stone, followed by Out Punch and Chanter, Astral Traveller, and about 5 lengths away at the tail of the field is Out of the Fire. 28-9 last quarter, and a mile rating of 22.2. Too good. Edge Hill, Blake Fitzpatrick. And Yabby Dam Farms, they've won the first 2 races. Anton Galino trained the first winner. And this time round it was Blake Fitzpatrick for Pat Driscoll. So Edge Hill, a Bayer Brown mare by great success out of Pocket Fantasy, racing well since joining the barn. 2 wins now in a minor placing. Rompers Monarchy loomed large.
All right, favoured getting home there, too good in the end. So time to leave there and time to head to Forbury. I don't think we've got time for this coming into this race. We'll look at the market for you. Flying Swan, that was the dog we were going to highlight. It was his win last start at Addington, but anyway, Jason Tees managed to run over them, jumped and ran, and $3.160. He's jumping from an awkward box today, though, box number 5, and saying that jumped from box number 6 last time it went to the races. This is a class 3 over the 310, 2 minutes out. Jason Tees, we're 2 away from the first leg of the second quaddie, but, well, can you find me the winner of this?
Well, I thought we'd get it with Hello Blondie. Steve, one of the Ray Adcock team here today. Pretty sure he brought 5 to the meeting today, and I thought they could all win when he started the day right with Willis. And he thinks this one's a good chance too, Hello Blondie. So $6. If the Masters says get on, you should listen. That Kyneton result up 2, 10, 11 and 5. Flying Swan, yes, running out nominations here. Has been to C5, Flying Swan. And has won a C5 race here before. C3 still runs out nominations. Has to be dangerous from box 5 though. Needs to jump and run. Has won half of its runs here though. 3 from 6. The 1 Gold Star Chumlee, no form at all. Having its 3rd run back in C3 today. And I just thought from the rails we might see an improved performance from Gold Star Chumlee today. And at number 6, Opawa Opal, that was the other one I put in. Tricky dog. Much more ability than what it's actually shown in its last 3 or 4, Well, 3 starts ago was in C4 and 5 company racing Ginger Rango, so is way back in grade here today, back to a straight C3, Opawa Opal, and didn't go too bad at Eddington behind the informed Homebush Page a couple of weeks ago, so that could blow them away, the 6 Opawa Opal here at big money. And what we know about Opawa Opal is that it's a bit of a dog for a box that it likes. If it doesn't like a box, it won't win out of it, and it has won from box 6, so I'll give it a chance. It'll be 6 styled. So 7, 5, 1 and 6 for me here in race 7. Starts play 6. Gee, lots of early money on the 2, lots of Bearsies. If they ran this at Ascot Park, you'd be getting on, but no, not for me here at Forbury. Norman Gill was a winner in a C3 race too, so runs out nominations at Addington. Just hasn't gone any good here, Norman Gill. Mary Marlowe bounced back to form with a 3rd last week at Addington, and it was behind Flying Swan. He's had a couple of looks at the track here. Malcolm Grant's team's firing up, and Jasper Harker off the outside. Doesn't like drawing wide, so if it gets in the money, I'll be a bit concerned about how the stats work there, because it hasn't really done much from box 8 draws in its career, or box 7 for that matter. So not too far away from boxing them up. We're over start time. St Kilda Veterinary Centre Sprint. Favourite for the race still Flying Swan, $360 $1.20, down 0.7 of a kilo today. Hello Blondie's down half a kilo as well. It's the second favourite at $4.90, and Gold Star Chumley, plenty of support for him at 5s. Hoping he can get back to some sort of form today. So the box up, Gold Star Chumley, Norman Gill, Flying Swan, Hello Blondie. Lots of Bearsies, Mary Marlowe, Opawa Opal and Jasper Harker to be outside. Flying Swan crashes in the 290s. There's only one the punters want. It's the Swan, looking for back-to-back victories. Set, green light through. Steve Devlin calls for the bunny, sent by Brian Badley, and we're ready. And racing, sprinting out, Gold Star Chumley puts 2 lengths on them from the traps. Lots of Bearsies, heads to chase, wider out Flying Swan. Round the outside is Jasper Harker, just back a bit to Norman Gill. Getting pushed off the track. Hello Blondie can't win, back with Mary Marlowe, Opawa Opal on the turn. Gold Star Chumley hunting the rails. Jasper Harker and out wide Flying Swan. Gold Star Chumley holds just. Close second and third, Jasper Harker, Flying Swan, and right up there too was Opawa Opal roaring home. Then Mary Marlowe, further back in the race on crossing also was lots of Bearsies, back with Norman Gill and Hello Blondie. She saw plenty of Forbury Park, she'll be the last of them in. Got one right last time, and it was pretty close. Can we make it 2 in a row? We'll find out shortly. Gold Star Chumley may have just held, but they were coming from everywhere. Jasper Harker up the rail, found its beloved rails and didn't hit power home, and Flying Swan was there also. Lots of Bearsies was there turning for home, but it's been run over. In front, Gold Star Chumley, Jasper Harker pushing the rails, and look at Flying Swan bury them, but the one will get up. It'll be 1-8-5-2, looking at it there after race number 7. Race 8, Steve, jumps at 4:29.
Thanks to you. All right, we're at start time. Northwest 2:30, 1:30. Have that result of Otago shortly. It'll jump the favourite here, Paul Hammersley. We'd still call him a Kiwi, wouldn't we? Anyway, let's get on track. Not too sure whether Richard Haynes is there, but we'll get as much as we can of the lead into it.
From the action as well, thought she could be up there near the speed. I think McGill won't be far away either, and Simply Paris has the speed but has been weakening out. Thought the Poet's Jewel could probably try and control this race and be hard to beat, I would have thought. Okay, now just hearing, I thought I heard some word that they might be bringing these horses back into the yard. Just waiting to hear some confirmation on that, but I just thought I heard that runners may well be coming back into the yard before this race. The reason, not sure. Runners are coming back into the yard. We are not going to jump on start time here with the third race at Muswellbrook. Runners have been called back into the yard, and we'll try and bring you a reason for that. But runners are coming back to the yard before the third race on start time, so quite clearly this race will not be going on time, and runners are coming back to the mounting yard, and an explanation. We just await. Just not 100% sure. I'm sure the team back at the studio are doing their best to find out. But Dino, just trying to find a reason here, but runners back on their way back to the mounting yard, and we are not going to jump on time with this third race.
Okay, we're going to have a problem there at Muswellbrook. Just trying to listen to Richard Haynes. I sort of was distracted, didn't miss out what he said. So they're heading back. Glorious day there, but there's obviously an issue. So we'll find out as soon as we go, and Racedale let us know exactly what the situation is with Muswellbrook. All right. Alexandra Park is going to be our next place, but as you can see, they are coming back and they're going to the back parade ring. So we'll find out whether there's an ambulance issue, maybe the situation. You wonder why they sent them round to the start. You'd hard to believe that there's an issue with the track, surely. No word yet through as to what the situation is. As I mentioned, I was slightly distracted, and all I looked up and saw the horses coming back. Richard Haynes was in control. And now the horses are coming back. Alexandra Park 3.5 minutes away, so it's going to give us plenty of chances to build into that. Meeting code 5, race 5, and our Super Ram all of a sudden takes my eye. This is a trot over 2,700 metres, the Pegasus Spur for it. And as you can see, are they taking the saddles off these horses? Well, the jockeys are walking back. No, they're not taking the saddles off, which is interesting. So we've nothing back at this point, but the interesting thing for me is that they haven't taken the saddles off. They've simply dismounted. Okay, we've got a late scratching of the tube. Now, whether that's caused an issue, but they are coming back. The interesting thing for me, they're simply coming back and not taking the saddles off. So one would assume that the horses are going to the back parade ring, maybe because of the heat of the day. I'm not sure how hot it is there at Muswellbrook. Looks a beautiful day. One would have assumed if there was an issue that they'd have taken the saddles off and gone back in. So the horses are remaining with the saddles on, and the jockeys conferring with the connections. All right, Intrigue at Muswellbrook. They tell me the twos are late scratching. Well, it's come out of the market already, as you can see on the right-hand side of your screen. Jägermeister, favourite, and it's by Pegasus Spur. Well, isn't that the omen, Aaron White? Jägermeister by Pegasus Spur, and this is the Pegasus Spur race.
Yeah, you did right there, Steve, and racing well too, isn't it? Informed family, this family, the Pegasus Spur, Della's Speed family, Ella's Speed, and also Speeding Spur. They've just been winning races left, right and centre over the last month or so. And Jägermeister a big chance here. Although it went to the oldest statesman in the race, Moment of Truth, I think he's got a right royal chance of getting back into the winner's circle today for Lisa Milner. He's a 12-year-old. He's won 23 races. He's won 11 here at Alexandra Park. He was a good third at Avondale and behind our Super Ram. Fair enough running behind Pyramid Monarch. 2 starts ago on this track over the 2,200 metres, and okay over today's 2,700 metres back on the 6th of February. Moment of Truth, $6,000 claim, hence why he's only 10 metres behind as a 23 race winner. The Scruff, number 10, well, another one that manners are the key around the Scruff. He was a nice winner over the 2,700 metres. In fact, raced away by 6 lengths to a score there over Madame Simone. Madame Simone came out and won at Avondale after that, so there's a bit of form around the Scruff. It was a good second 3 starts ago. Galloped at Gate Par when last produced. David Butcher for the Rogers and Blanchard team. The 7 Jägermeister certainly has to be in the mix. He's only had the he's had the 23 starts out on the all-weather for just the 1 win and 6 minors. His best form this campaign has been on the grass, so there's a touch of a question mark over the favourite, $3.50 and $1.50 the money. And 9 Sundon's Mountain. Give him a chance in this race too on the all-weather after making up nice ground over the 2,700 metres last time and behind Donny Wood at Cambridge. James Stormont doing the driving today. 8, 10, 7 and 9 to open a double. The second leg, Stars and Sound, looks one of the bets of the day today. Number 10 in race 6, Spare Change. Mischief Maker, Lynn's Delight chances there in the second leg of the double. $1,200 jackpotting through in the first 4 here as well. So that first 4 approaching the $3,500 here 2. But 8, 10, 7 and 9 for me, Steve, as the red light blinks away for the Pegasus Spur handicap trot.
All right, just listening into Richard Haynes there from Muswellbrook, that the 2 reared up has hurt itself. They've tried to load it on a float, but it has to walk back, so until that time they won't be doing anything. It has injured itself, but until it's back, and we won't be bringing you coverage of it. So that is the latest news with regards to Muswellbrook. The previous, which has been delayed, not indefinitely obviously, until such time as the 2 horse makes its way back to the birdcage area. So that's all the information. Hot off the track, let's get to Alexandra Park.
Thanks, Steve. The Gators come up now, 2,700 metres, and the barrier strands release, and they're off and trotting. And a wee bit slow off the front tape was Easy Empress, but she is down and trotting. First away to take up the early running is Ginger Bertha over Tommy Ray. It's now or never. Our Super Ram making ground on the inside of Sundance Mountain as they turn off the back and onto the showgrounds turn their first occasion. Easy Empress back with a Moment of Truth. Back there with it is Alexandra leaving 4 or 5 lengths away Jägermeister. And the scruff is safely on the journey for DJB from his back mark as they trot to the corner. 2,200 metres left to run in the Pegasus Spur handicap trot, and the leader is now Tommy Ray. A length and a half Ginger Bertha. It's now or never third and parked around our Super Ram. 1-1 to Sundance Mountain. Easy Empress 4 back on the marker line. Moment of Truth right up on the nickel for the Wizard Todd Mitchell. He's back 7th in the running line. Then on his back is Alexandra leaving. There's 4 lengths away to the favourite Jägermeister. And the second favourite, the scruff, is on the back of the favourite as they work the stables corner. 1,900 to go. And Tommy Ray, Zach Butcher by 2, Ginger Bertha. Our Super Ram third and against the markers. It's now or never 4th and park. Sundance Mountain 1-1. Then Easy Empress on the inside. A length away to Moment of Truth. There followed Alexandra leaving Jägermeister. And 2.5 away to the scruff. 1,600 left to go, and the lead time will be posted in 1:29.2. And the leader is Tommy Ray, about to get to the showgrounds turn again by a length over. It's now or never, and Ginger Bertha, Richard Brosnan trailing. 1-1 Sundance Mountain. Then our Super Ram 3 back on the inside of Moment of Truth. Easy Empress 4 back against the markers. Alexandra leaving, trotting strongly back third last. In fact, the Magic Man Morris McKendry about to give her head, and she comes forward 3 wide. Jägermeister second last. The scruff is last. 1,200 to go. Tommy Ray, the son of Armbro Invasion, completed the first quarter in 32 over It's Now or Never. Alexandra leaving, coming up strongly 3 wide. Ginger Bertha still trailing Sundance Mountain. About now to be 3 back in the running line as Alexandra leaving gets outside the leader as they turn into their final circuit. Our Super Ram, Moment of Truth, Easy Empress, Jägermeister in the scruff. They're at the tail. 900 to go on the stables corner. And Tommy Ray leads a length. Alexandra leaving Ginger Bertha. It's now or never. Our Super Ram still 3 back on the inside. Then Sundance Mountain. Moment of Truth. Easy Empress struggling against the marker line. Jägermeister the favourite's got 10 lengths to make up and 600 metres to do it in. And 2 lengths off its back is the scruff. 30 and 6 the second quarter. Tommy Ray. 5.50 to go. Alexandra leaving gets up alongside. Ginger Bertha waiting for the passing lane. Then It's now or never. Our Super Ram, Sundance Mountain. Moment of Truth is taking off. Jägermeister looks to come with the third favourite. Then the scruff and Easy Empress back last. 400 to go. Quarter down the back and 30.8. Tommy Ray to bring them for home. Moment of Truth has galloped here. Ginger Bertha off the leader's back. Alexandra leaving out wider than our Super Ram. It's now or never the scruff. He's galloped when making ground on the inside, and further back then to Moment of Truth as Ginger Bertha at the 120 takes over. Kicking on strongly. Tommy Ray, Ginger Bertha, Tommy Ray locked in a dower, struggle down to the line. Bertha is back. Ginger Bertha's home over Tommy Ray. Oh, Moment of Truth. He cost himself the win with that gallop at the 400. Jägermeister, our Super Ram, Alexandra leaving. They're the next trio, followed by It's Now or Never the scruff. He also cost himself a chance with a gallop. Back in the field to Sundance Mountain and Easy Empress in 3:32.9 and a final quarter in 30.2. Ginger Bertha, the Sundon 8-year-old mare, Richard Brosnan for Peter Alabaster after securing a lovely run throughout. Gets over the top of the leader, Tommy Ray. Moment of Truth. Well, trotting's the name of the game. He galloped at the 450s, made up many lengths after that gallop. And then our Super Ram to make up the first 4.
Official placings, race 5, the Pegasus Spur Handicap Trot. 268 574. 268 574. Horse 2, Ginger Bertha, trotted the 2,700 metres from a stand in 3:32.91. Mile rate of 26.9. Last 861, 430.2. The margins are neck, 2 lengths, 3 lengths. 268 574, race 5, the Pegasus Spur Handicap Trot.
Yeah, welcome back to the Victory Circle. Ginger Bertha, the Sundon Chestnut 8-year-old mare out of Easy GG, raced by breeders Peter and Mrs. M.H. Alabaster, along with P.R. Coots. Peter Alabaster trained at Manurewa and beautifully handled by Richard Brosnan to secure the Pegasus Spur Handicap Trot. Hazel Van Opsey laying down there part of the victory celebrations for Woodland Stud. Steve Cornwall there for Franklin Park. And Ginger Bertha secures her 4th victory today at start 46. 8 moment, I should say 6 for second. Tommy Ray, Umbro Invasion. 11-year-old Bay Gelding out of Amy Scott, raced by L.S. Fletcher along with Katie Solly. Ms. E.H. Sanford and the estate of M.H. Jordison. Roger Villiger trained at Morrinsville, Zach Butcher. 8 Moment of Truth, Sundon, 12-year-old Bay Gelding out of Now's the Moment, raced by Miss Elias Milner. Lisa Milner trained at QMU, and Todd Mitchell the Drive. 2 Ginger Bertha returns 31.30 and 5.60, 31.30, 5.60. 6 Tommy Ray, $4.70, 4.70. And 8 Moment of Truth at $1.80, 180. Quinella, 119.90, 119.90. Trifecta, 1,766.10. 1,076, make that $1,766.10. The trifecta, 1,766.10. And the first 4, 5,868.90. 5,868.90. And a carry forward of $5,575. Jackpotting through to race 6. The early quaddie, 5, 7, 6 and 2. $8,786.90. $8,786.90. Race 6 on the program is the Caduceus Club Fillies and Mares Mobile Pace over the 2,200 metres. Scratch number 7, Christy Maguire. The 6th on the program with that big carry forward through into the first 4 of $5,575. Time to go at 4 minutes to 5 o'clock.